Hello, Prairie Grove fans. The school participating in this football playoff game are members of the Arkansas Activities Association. As authorized by their school board, the administrators of these schools have helped them to write the rules and regulations that govern participation of students in competitive activities for the schools that are members of the AAA. The Arkansas Activities Association, which is sponsoring the football playoff game, is a voluntarily nonprofit educational association of some 500 juniors and seniors, public and private high schools of Arkansas. The regulations which guide these events are adopted by the schools themselves and determine the type of program that they believe to be most desirable for high school youth. The Arkansas Activity Association is one of the 50 state organizations that belong to the National Federation of State High School Associations. This association formulates policies, game rules, and standards for inter-high school competition. The schools of Arkansas have adopted these rules of eligibility which conspired to those recommended by the National Federation. Thank you very much.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Prairie Grove Tiger Stadium for tonight's game between the Crossett Eagles and the Prairie Grove Tigers. I'm Len Gregson. Alongside of me is Zach Arns. And Zach, this is what we've been waiting for about 10 weeks, is to get to these playoffs. And now we can talk about this. We can talk about it, not even feel guilty about it tonight.
No, and we've got a dangerous opponent coming up here to Tiger Stadium tonight. A team that last year I didn't realize this competed in the 5A. And they won one football game. Got a forfeit when Dollarway did something, and they won 4 football games this year. This is a dangerous football team. I had a chance to watch a little bit of their games, a couple of games this year, and they've got as much talent as any team that we've faced this year.
Well, I think that's one of the things that we'll see throughout the playoffs. And the playoffs can be very deceiving sometimes just because someone's lost 5 or 6 games or whatever the case may be. You don't always know what their preseason was, or not preseason, but their pre-conference games were. That could be tough competition. In the past, Prairie Grove at times have played tough competition and lost a couple ahead of time. And then, they still have a pretty solid team. On the other hand, the level of competition can be different from different parts of the state. And, historically, where Crossett is, that they typically play a tough style of football, and some that we don't always see from week to week here in the 1-4A.
Much like boxing, playoff games are based on matchups. And this is going to be a tough matchup for Prairie Grove. Crossett's a team that'll spread you out. They've got a young man that plays running back named Dominic Williams, who is explosive. The couple of games that I got a chance to watch, he is every bit as good as Mr. Wynn at Pea Ridge. He's every good as Mr. Beaudry over at Farmington, 2 running backs who had a lot of success against Prairie Grove. They're going to spread you out, and then they're going to run the football. This is the old Rich Rodriguez type spread. They're going to run the ball, and when they do decide to throw the football, they're going to throw it to a young man named DeAndre Jackson. His nickname's Rodeo. He ropes calves in the offseason. I don't know, but he's a heck of a player, and they've got. And I was asked this question earlier this week. How do you beat Prairie Grove? It's very simple. You've got to have an experienced, physical offensive line. You've got to have a quarterback who's willing to stand in and take shots, because Prairie Grove's going to bring pressure. And if you've got a quarterback who's willing to stand in there and complete passes and trade shots for passes, you've got a shot. And they've got a young man named River Johnson who's big, he's physical, he can throw the ball, and it's going to be a challenge for Prairie Grove to get to him. Not only get to him, rattle him, hit him, and make them one-dimensional. The first thing, I think you've got to shut them down up front. You've got to stop Williams and then make them throw the football.
Well, I think another key to beating the Tigers as well is the balance. We saw when Farmington was here, they had a very balanced attack that night. They were able to complete some passes, and they're the ones that scored 21 points on the Tigers. And then they also had the balance, of course, of Beaudry, who did that. And I see that just in watching them warm up a little bit, the potential for some matchup problems for the Tigers tonight.
It's going to be difficult. It's a team that obviously you haven't seen before, so you have no familiarity with them. They're big. They're big up front. I think if Crossett's going to, if they were to script a game plan, they've got to keep the ball away from Prairie Grove, and that means possessing the football against one of the most dominant defenses in the 4A conference, and that's just not going to be easy to do. But that's got to be the game plan. You got to hold on to the football if you're Crossett, and if Crossett has a weakness, it's defensively. They went 4-6 this year, and they gave up some big numbers to some good teams. They played a team that maybe you've heard of called Warren. Warren's a potential favorite to win the Class 4A title. Warren's a very good football team, and they lit this team up. But then, they kind of got it rolling towards the middle of the season, and then kind of, had some rough spots towards the end of the year. But it's a good football team, and they're big, they're physical, they're going to run to the football, they're going to tackle. I think it's going to be, Prairie Grove comes in at 9-0. You look at the records; they're 9-0. Crossett's 4-6. You say, well, this is a mismatch. I beg to differ. This is going to be a close football game, a lot like I think the beginning of the game we had last year in the first round against Mina, where Mina came out, got us on the second play of the game, touchdown, and then all of a sudden Prairie Grove was kind of scrambling around. But I think if Prairie Grove keeps their wits about them, doesn't play too fast, doesn't get too excited, I think they'll be okay.
Health-wise tonight, I think we're in really good shape, Zach. I don't think we have any player. I mean, Luke Johnson obviously is hurt, but he got hurt a few weeks ago, and he's out for the season. We've known that for a while. Other than that, I believe we're in pretty good shape.
Yeah, everybody's in pretty good shape. The last 5 or 6 games, Prairie Grove really hasn't been extended for 4 quarters. We've been playing a halftime, get a nice big lead, and then everything kind of, you're playing backups at that point. By the way, the scoreless streak for the defense is up to 22 quarters.
Well, 22 quarters, and the other thing is the last time they were scored on was September 28th.
It's crazy.
The defense was scored on against
just
Farmington.
Third quarter, I remember the play very well. I mean, it's been a while since Prairie Grove's given up some points now. You're taking a massive step up in competition tonight versus what we saw the last couple of weeks. This Crossett team is dangerous. They've got speed to burn, and I think as long as Prairie Grove stays dialed in, and I think what I was told this week, as long as they play with an edge, I think they'll be just fine.
Well, I think it's another aspect of this game tonight, Zach, is I hope that the Prairie Grove Tigers, and I probably will say this on more than one occasion tonight, and that is I hope that they have been reminded that the last time Prairie Grove had an undefeated season was 2001. Very similar team, the same type of speed. Not quite maybe as good of a defense that year, but a great offense with a lot of speed. Colt Bartholomew, they had Heath Bunnell was the quarterback. They came in 10-0 facing a 5-5 Ozark team, and I just happened to look up. I keep a journal of crazy stuff, and in my journal, it was exactly 11 years ago tonight that game took place.
Terrific.
I reminded one of the coaches of that. He says, "Don't scare me," and I think it's not imagine of scare as you can't look at a team and say they're 4-6 and that
without looking at who they played,
and the competition, and I mean just looking at them out there as they warm up, they look athletic, they look physical, and I think Prairie Grove has to buckle those chin straps up tonight.
And they're going to have to. They're going to have to play well. They're going to have to play their game. They're going to have to bring the intensity. They're going to have to take the fight to Crossett. They cannot come out here at lethargic. But we really haven't seen that from this team this year. This team doesn't come out lethargic. They come out, they play hard, they play fast, and they've been getting it done. But throw everything out. You can throw the 29 points you gave up. You give up 6 tonight and don't score any, season's over.
Yeah.
That's the way Prairie Grove's got to play. They've got to play as a desperate team tonight. Everything that went on during the regular season, throw it out the window. It doesn't matter. Starting today is what matters. And this is what they've built for since August the 1st.
Well, in this team in particular, this senior class, they've been building for this moment really for about 3 years. Ever since they finished their junior high season, they actually came in, if I remember correctly, and some of these players played against a Gravett team as freshmen, and I think we came out with a victory, and I know Gravett at that time was already in the playoffs, and we're probably resting some people, but still were able to do that. They were able to do that as freshmen. They have been working towards this part of their high school football careers. They've been working for it for a long time, so you want to see them perform and do well, and they've had a great regular season, but now, like you said, a new season starts. Zach, we got a few minutes here. I just want to kind of talk a little bit about the rest of the conference and where they are in the playoffs. Farmington will be at Newport tonight, and Farmington took a slide here in the back part of the year, Zach, and not sure exactly what's happened, but that's not the same team we saw at Prairie Grove on September 28th.
It happened to them last year, just the complete opposite after the Prairie Grove game. They went into Prairie Grove, and they kind of, they muddled around for 3 quarters. They had this great big third quarter and then fell off, and they took the momentum from that third quarter and exploded and went to the semifinals last year. This year they played Prairie Grove really tough, and then it's just been a downhill spiral since then.
And then, Gravett, our opponent last week, they'll face Pottsville, who was the second seed out of the 4A.
That's a tough draw.
The winner of that game will play the winner of this game. Hopefully, it'll be our Tigers, but that would be
the Apache are very good. They're very, very good.
And from what I hear with their game with Boonville, that it was a different kind of game, but they came on the short side of that. And so if we were to be able to get past tonight, that would be the opponent. And then also from our conference is Ozark. I'm trying to I'd lost who they were playing.
Ozark's got a road trip, if I'm not mistaken. They are going a long, long way. Obviously, I didn't print off who they were heading for, but I know they're going a long way. I'll look for that. I'll look for that for you. We need a sign.
Yeah, we do. We need a sign. Sorry about that, folks. But as we go into tonight's game, though, I think that
Ozark's in Hamburg.
Hamburg, that is correct. And then
it's gonna be a rough night for the 1-4.
And the last in our conference is P. Ridge, who comes into the second.
They got
seed.
Monticello. Interesting.
And so it'll be interesting to see our conference tonight. There's going to be some different matchups. Ozark has played extremely well in the back half of the season. They lost at Prairie Grove, they lost at P. Ridge, and then they turned on.
I'm enjoying the signs. Those are great.
They got some signs. Some of you, I don't know if you can see with the camera there, the student section is really out tonight. Very excited. They're getting ready to go down for the Spirit line. And Zach, some other just.
Hang on, I think he just called my car.
Well, Zach, I think his car may be blocking something, so he's going to step away for a bit. While he steps away, why don't we take a commercial break, and we'll be back with you after this.
PG Telcos, the proud sponsor of PGTigersOnline.com. PG Telcos, the proud sponsor of PGTigersOnline.com, where you can find out all the very latest of what's going on with all the sports teams right here in Prairie Grove. But PG Telco is more, a lot more. They offer phone, internet, long-distance services, and bundles, making it all affordable. And that includes DirecTV. For your home or office, staying connected to the fast-paced world is as easy as calling PG Telco. Call 846-7200. That's 846-7200. PG Telco, built on community, focused on progress.
Okay, we're back, and
I had nothing to do with it. It wasn't me.
Well, Zach, I did a little, just looking at some of Prairie Grove's playoff history. We talked about the 2001 team and the similarities that we see tonight. Hopefully, we won't have the same results, but the deepest run that Prairie Grove has made in the playoffs, 2003, they made it to the semifinals. And that year, the opening playoff game was against Greenland. They won in overtime, 26-20. And then they went on to beat Nashville, Atkins, and then lost to Rivercrest, which is just out.
Sounds like a law firm, Nashville and Atkins.
So that was Prairie Grove's deepest run, and then last year, we had the Mina, and then ran into that buzzsaw.
Ran into
from Malvern.
that. They're pretty good down there at Malvern, and once again, they're pretty good. So it's, hey, look, it's playoff time. It's one and done. It doesn't matter who you play today. It matters what's in front of you. Don't worry about who's down the line. But there's some really good football teams looming, and I think we got a pretty good football team right here. And I know there's some folks that are dreading turning around and having to play Prairie Grove in the coming weeks.
Well, Zach, as we have about 10 minutes here before kickoff, what specifically do you want to see from Prairie Grove tonight in this game?
Well, I've gone back and forth on this. Matchups, they don't match up well. I think defensively they match up just fine. I think offensively it could be a feeling out process for a while, because there's a young man in the middle of Crossett's defensive line who's 285 pounds. We don't run across that very often. He's big, he's physical, he's strong. He's gonna cause some problems. But I think Prairie Grove's got to run the football. They got to run the football. They got to run the football. Forget all this, spread it out. Take the football and run it. Crossett's had some trouble stopping the run. They've given up big point totals against some good teams, but admittedly, Prairie Grove's pretty darn good. They're ranked number 5 in the state for a reason. I think defensively, they may have to tone down the aggressiveness a little bit. This team's fast. Crossett
and if you get past that initial line, then
exactly. They've gotten away with some teams that can't necessarily throw the football very well, and they've played man-to-man on the back end of it, and they've had some receivers that are open, they've had some drops, and the Prairie Grove defense just sort of counters that. And I think if Prairie Grove's if they're going to attack this defense, they're going to have to attack it from the edges and slow Williams down on the outside. He is a phenomenal running back, and I think we're in for a treat tonight. He's over 1,000 yards on the year. He's a great player, but I don't think that Crossett's run across a team like this. I don't think they've seen a defense this aggressive. I don't think they've seen a defense that can literally just shut you down from second one to the 60-minute mark. So this is it's going to be a challenge, I think, for both teams, and I think we're going to see some nerves early. I think we may see some big plays early just because folks are nervous. It's it's playoff time. But take a look at when we go out to the coin flip here. Number 10 for Crossett. That's their quarterback. He's as big as Jared is. He's as big as Jared. He's a big boy. And number 4 right there, that's Mr. Williams. He is. They're all very, very good players.
With their captains, River Johnson, number 10, number 4, Dominic Williams, number 43 is Marquise Gaston, and number 40 is Chris Truhill. For the Tigers tonight, captain 21 Jared Murphy, number 67 Jacob Call, number 28 Noah Hunter, and number 85 for the Tigers, Derek Jones.
It's tense up here.
It is, and there's a lot of folks up here tonight.
It's tense up here tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. And Crossett, they played in the 5A last year, and they didn't have a lot of success last year, but they've certainly gotten it in gear this year, and I'm going to be interested to see what they do defensively to try and slow down Prairie Grove. I think if they looked at the film last week, they saw Prairie Grove go bombs away. Are you going to play? Are you going to play too deep and keep everything in front of you? Or are you going to try and stuff the run? Prairie Grove can beat you in a lot of ways, and it'll be interesting to see how Prairie Grove attacks them. But man, I'm excited. I'm ready to go. I've been talking to myself since about 9 o'clock this morning. I quit work early this morning just to come out. I was ready to come out here about 10 a.m. If they'd let me in, I would have.
Well, I started my morning at 4 a.m. in New York City, so it's been a long
day. It's a very long day.
And it's going to finish on my way to Tuscaloosa tonight. For
you're going to the game tomorrow,
for
huh?
A&M and
I'm going to go see Johnny
Crimson
football.
Tide. So I'm trying to see here who's going to win this coin
Well,
toss.
they've got a sheet they have to read. It is long, so it may take a little while to get the get the coin flip going.
There's a lot of formalities when we get to the playoffs.
All right. Let's see here.
So the Tigers went across and said, "Hey, we want the ball."
So, and you know what? If you're going to attack a weakness in Crossett, it's their defense. I don't think they want Mr. Williams and Mr. Johnson to get their hands on the football first. So it'll be the Prairie Grove offense. Hopefully, we'll get a drive just like we got last week. 5 plays, 63 yards, boom, touchdown. That'd be nice.
I'll tell you, these are some good-looking athletes over here, and it's going to be interesting to see how the Tigers perform.
Yeah, this isn't a new thing. This is they've been here before. Hopefully they won't have the nerves. I think Crossett, they didn't win a game in 2010. They won one last year. They got 2 through a forfeit, and they won 4 this year. This is their none of these players played in the playoffs, so it's gonna be interesting. If nothing else, I think Prairie Grove's got to. I think they got to come out flying, and that's the best way to put it. Come out flying, get ready to play football, and let's get on with this. Let's kick this thing off and get going.
We want to remind those who are watching to go to pgtigersonline.com, go to the comments page, and let us know where you're watching from. It looks like Mary Ann's already online, and we got a chance to
Mary Ann scared me to death last week. she met me at the door to the press box. She says, "You know who I am?" I'm like, "Yeah." Sorry, Mary Ann.
But
we'll do better next time.
It was great to have her with us last week, and now she's in her normal spot watching. She was here for senior night.
I don't like when the folks move around. I like them, where they're supposed to be. I don't like change at all, but man.
Well, if you look out there on the field, the spirit line is long. They've got some of the head pictures up of looks like Cooper Winters is
Cooper's out
John
there.
Halbert.
Jacob's out there. I saw one of Coach Absher earlier. Jared out there smashing the football. We're going to need Jared tonight. He's got, it feels like it's been almost a year since we played a big game. Doesn't it?
Well, if you think about it, and no disrespect to any of the teams we played, but the big games that we really felt this year that felt like big games were Ozark
and Farmington.
And Pea Ridge. The Pea Ridge night, of course, someone's on their way to South Bend that evening, but that night had that playoff feel to it.
Yeah.
And it was a barn burner for a half, and then just explosion for Prairie Grove. I love what I see from Prairie Grove right now as a school. Is the school spirit has been great, and you see it here at the football games. I've seen it at the volleyball games. The other night, the black and gold game. The kids,
life's good around here right now.
People are feeling good about
things.
things.
Life is pretty good. It's it's go time. Here they come.
And here come the Prairie Grove Tigers, and look at them. They're on the field. The ground crew showing them as they come out.
I love the new camera.
Oh, I love it.
All
It's
about
great.
it.
And the Tigers coming on the field, coming into this game 9-0. The first undefeated season since 2001 for the Tigers. First conference championship since 2005. So, big night here.
Showtime. It's showtime. We're guys to watch. I guess guys we're going to highlight here. Number 4 on Crossett's offense. That's Dominic Williams. He'll be one to keep an eye on. Is that a gun?
Those are fireworks going off. I tell you, Prairie Grove is excited about tonight.
Oh man, we have fireworks now. After we saw the guy running around with the gun at Ozark, I didn't know what to do. I'd never seen that before. So, but I would say guys to keep an eye on. Number 4, Dominic Williams. Number 22, DeAndre Rodeo Jackson.
Wow.
He's going to have his hands full tonight because I got a feeling he's going to draw 4. He's going to draw John Halbert tonight, and that will keep things pretty darn interesting.
We're going to have a moment of silence and the national anthem here, so bear with us. You may be able to hear some of this.
So if you would, just please remember him as you have your moment of silence, followed by our national.
Well, it's go time. Finally. It is. It's ready to go. I feel like we've been waiting for this since August the 1st. We've been talking about it and waiting for it and saying, okay, playoffs, and now we're here.
We got a minute and 50 seconds before the kickoff, and I'm a little surprised Prairie Grove decided that they won the toss, decided to receive. I think maybe they're saying we want to set a tone for tonight.
Yeah, and if you've got probably the best defense in the state sitting in your back pocket. If you can get a 7-0 lead, that's a heck of a way to start a football game.
Well, statistically for sure, but I know that when you say that, but at the same time, just as we talked about this matchup tonight, it's going to be interesting for our defense, and it would be good for our offense. I think that keeping the ball, ball control, may be the strategy tonight.
Big matchup to watch when Crossett does have the football. Will be their center Dustin Willis. He's going to be lined up nose to nose with Jared Murphy, and if they can control Jared, you've got a shot. I don't think I haven't seen anybody do it, but we'll certainly give it a shot.
Well, getting ready to kick for the Crossett Eagles is Edgar Ubina, who will be kicking.
He's a kickoff specialist.
Falk and the Bartholomews and Halbert are deep for the Tigers, and Zach, it is just about time. Let's hear that whistle and let's go, guys.
Let's go, guys. Man, this is fun, isn't it? This is just fun. I'd like to see a kickoff return. That'd be pretty cool. I don't think they're going to kick it deep because they don't want to get in. They don't want to face that star formation. You may see a squib kick here.
Well, and Crossett's a pretty good ways away, and they got a nice crowd that came. We welcome
it's a heck of a ride, too.
And anyone who may be listening from Crossett tonight, because I'm watching, and it's an onside kick, little squib.
I'm pretty sure that they did not want to get into a situation where they were having Halbert run the little star.
Jackson Diebold started off with it, kind of got away from it. Creighton Ledbetter ends up with it. Ball's going to start for Prairie Grove at their own 33. And, Zach, you called that.
I did a little tape watching this week.
Well, the Tigers are going to start 1st and 10. Looks like the ball's going to be spotted at the 34-yard line.
If
like
Crossett has an Achilles heel, this is it. It's their defense. They're not very big. They're going to have to do this with speed, and they're going to have to play very disciplined because Prairie Grove will literally take the ball and just shove it down your throat if they can.
Well, speaking of speed, J.D. Speed in the backfield. First, going to go to Weston Bartholomew.
There you go.
And there's Weston. He just pounds his way 10 yards. Weston Bartholomew. He says, "Here I am," and he goes right at him for 11 yards and a first down for the Tigers. Ball at the
Pretty
45.
obvious that Weston is ready to go. Wow. I love Coach Absher's description of him. He said he doesn't try and run around too many people. He would rather run into you. And he certainly did that on the first play.
And there goes Weston, 1st and 10 for the Tigers.
Yeah, we may get a chance here to see Weston carry the ball 20 times for the first time this season.
Well, the need has not quite been there. There's J.D. Speed this time. There's Speed, and Speed stays on his feet. He's at the 40. There goes Speed. He's inside the 30. And there goes J.D. He's going to be down to the 25-yard line.
This has been the Achilles heel for Crossett all year long. Bad tackling, bad angles, and J.D. just kept cutting back and cutting back.
Amani Sias on the tackle,
Good
but
job.
not before the Tigers get down to the 27-yard line. And the Tigers, 2 carries. They moved it from their own 34 down to the Eagle 27-yard line. We welcome all who are watching tonight. Go to pgtigersonline.com. Go to the comments page. Let us know where you're watching from.
Even
Looks
the
like
folks from Crossett. We'd like to.
Absolutely.
I talked to a lovely young lady down there, Whitney Farmer. I know she's watching the game tonight. And she provided some invaluable information for me this week.
Looks like Coach Elder's parents are watching again, and there's this time Weston again. Weston going to be tied up this time. Maybe
Well,
picks
you
up a
can't
couple.
gain 11 on every carry, can you?
Number 79 that time for the Eagles, big Javier Ceja.
They're going to give him about a yard on that. I thought he got a little bit more than that. But I think you're looking at Prairie Grove's game plan. They're going to take the football and they're just going to try and beat on Crossett's and wear them down a little bit. And if you can get a lead and hand that lead to that defense, that's the way to go.
This time, now Cooper, he's going to have to get rid. He's got some. Oh, that is Falk.
Drew Conley.
Done!
Wow.
Give him 6.
Who caught it?
Dalton Falk.
Dalton Falk. Nice
in the
job.
End zone on the play action pass.
Well, that'll work.
That works well.
That'll
they
work.
established that with the 3 straight runs. The Tigers get in there quick with 10 minutes and 28 seconds to go in the first quarter. And the Tigers strike Paydutt first. Give
That
him
is
6 for
that
Dalton
is
Falk.
a nice pass. And Cooper he was sharp last week. And that's not a play that Crossett hasn't seen on tape. It's just the waggle action. Everybody coming one way. Cooper's got his pick of receivers.
Landon Allen.
What are we at? 30?
30, I believe. Good snap. Kick is on the way. It is good. And with 10 minutes and 28 seconds to go in the first quarter, Tigers strike first and lead 7-0. And you can hear cowbell down there tonight. The fans are on their feet. It's an exciting night, and what a way to start. And I think, we said, we're a little surprised Prairie Grove took that, but that's why.
That's
right
why.
there.
That's why.
They
Now
knew what they wanted to do.
you're handing you're handing the mantle to your defense. If you get a quick stop here, get the football back to your offense. You just proved you can take it right down the field on them pretty easily. But you don't want to get looking too far ahead and think this is easy. Prairie Grove's got to settle down, play their game, and they should be just fine.
Our ground crew down there getting a nice close-up there of the huddle. And now Landon, this is something we haven't seen. Landon kicking from the hash mark.
Yeah, I think they're going to try and they're going to do one of those angle kicks, try and hem him in with coverage because they have 2 very dangerous
Dominic
return
Williams
guys.
is
He's
one
the guy.
of those. The other, number 22, that is DeAndre Jackson. So, what I see right now, I see one over there on the side, number 73. But what I'm seeing from Crossett is I see a lot of length, some tall guys, and then they're lean. They look very athletic.
They've got some guys that have some beef, and you'll see them come out here on the offensive line. But they're going to have their issues with Prairie Grove's speed and size because, frankly, there aren't a lot of teams that are this deep and this talented.
There's a good kick. It's going to drop.
That's dangerous.
DeAndre
That's very
Jackson,
dangerous.
And the Tigers are going to get.
I
Wait.
think he got it back. Nope. Bobby Cat saying they got it. Nope. Crossett came up with it. Wow. That's dangerous.
DeAndre Jackson came up with that, and I'll tell you, for a second there, I thought the Tigers were about to have a huge change of events.
Well, I think we can safely say that that Crossett looks like the team that has not played in the playoffs before. I mean, Prairie Grove looks very comfortable.
Well, Prairie Grove had 15 straight years playoff where they had a slight break and then returned again last year. Now, River Johnson, he's going to give to Williams.
There you
They
go.
stack Williams up on the first play. He may have got a yard.
Williams was described to me by someone who knows as the Barry Sanders type. It's not necessarily the moves, but it's 1 yard, 1 yard, 1 yard, 50
Bam.
yards.
Well, there
and
was
that's the way they're going to play it.
Falcon call on the tackle that time, and so the Wall's trying to start it early tonight.
Williams is going to carry the ball probably 25, 30 times. They're going to try and get it to him in the pass game. And, you know, it's incumbent upon Crossett's offensive line. If they can block, you have a chance. If they can't control the front seven, there's no chance.
This time,
Here he comes.
Johnson, he's in trouble. He throws. Intercepted! That is.
Got to be Halbert. It's got no. Halbert's down the field.
I can't see who's down. They're down.
I think that's not Jacob. Who got that one?
That's
It's
Nick Sugg. Nick Sugg on that
Nice.
interception.
We'll take that.
And a turnover early, and the Tigers with an opportunity just inside the Eagle 30-yard line.
Well, I can tell you this. This was not the way the first quarter was described to me. And I'll be honest with you. I've never seen Crossett before, and I was told, hey, they're pretty talented. They can do some things.
But I see that. I can see that in them just watching them on the field.
They look shell-shocked.
But the Tigers have come at them, and now Prairie Grove's going to go with a shotgun, and this time the ball's going to be handed off. That is Logan Bartholomew, and Logan's going to be slung back for a loss.
Got to cut that up. He had a lane on the inside. He just missed it.
Logan Fife on the tackle. Nice job there by Logan. Well, they're going to spot him back at the original line. Well, he maybe even gave him about a half a yard there, Zach. So
We'll take it. Half a yard's a half a yard. But Logan just missed the lane. It was up the middle. I don't think you're going to be able to go wide on this group. They've got some speed in the secondary, and they've got some speed in the now look, Crossett's having trouble getting lined up. It's a bubble screen.
And Weston
Had it. It was set
the
up.
play was set up very well. Now Prairie Grove's going to have third down and let's just call it 3rd and 10. And boy, this is a great opportunity for the Tigers.
I don't think Crossett has not or did not look very comfortable when they went 5 wide. They were having trouble getting lined up. They had the bubble screen set up. Cooper just threw it a little too quickly.
Well, just a little bit out of the reach of Weston. If he'd have got it to him, there was room to run, and they had.
It's not very big, so you got to put it on the 2 and the 0.
They're going to be split 2 to the right, Weston split to the left. And now there's Cooper with a quarterback draw. Go, Coop. Coop's going to he's going to be, well, they're going to push him forward. I think hitting him forward is going to get him close to the first down. Pins on the spot.
Good, strong run. And, you're in 2-down territory here. You're looking for 5 yards out of that play.
Well, I think he is going to be just a bit short.
Then mark him. The 26, the 21?
The 21.
Yep, that'll leave him with 4th and about a yard.
Well,
But that's a great play in that position. You're just looking to get 5-6 yards out of that and get you 4th and manageable. I don't think there's any question they weren't going for
the
it.
points. You're not.
I do
calling
like
for
the
Landon.
point. Not tonight.
But we're going to go here, and there is Logan. Logan's got the
big
first
hole,
down and more.
big hole.
Logan Bartholomew inside the 15, down close to the 10-yard line.
Prairie Grove's offensive line's getting great push. Great push. They're opening
Nice.
some seams.
That's on the left side there. That's Lacey over there opening up a hole.
It's bring in, one fast guy replaces another. It's just, interchangeable parts for Prairie Grove. I don't know how you get a read on them defensively.
That was Lacey, Diebold, and Murphy opening up the hole over there. And now from the shotgun now Weston Bartholomew. This time Weston, he breaks one tackle. He's going to go. They're going to
hold.
There's going to be a hold there.
I don't think you can go wide on them all night. I think you've got to attack them between the tackles. They're not very big. They are fast, and I just don't think you can attack them in between or outside the numbers.
That's a spot foul. So wherever that happened, we're going to back it up 10, but looks like it's going to be just inside the 10 where that spot. So it'll be about 1st and 19. So the Tigers will be backed up to about their own 20 or the 20 of the Eagles. 8:03 to go here
I don't think you break tendency here. I think you continue to run the football, and maybe if it's Weston or Logan or JD, however you want to do it, I think you just line up and you go right at them. But they're going to spread them wide. And I'll tell you what, Crossett's playing their safeties really short. If they wanted to, when they get the ball back towards midfield, if they want to try it, man, you're going to have all kinds of lanes.
Noah Hunter,
boy.
At first it didn't look like it's going to be much. He gets about 7 of that 10 on the penalty back.
Well, they've got Crossett going in circles right now. They don't know where the ball's going.
Well, actually, wow, it's closer to the 10-yard line than I thought. So it's going to be let's call it 2nd and 11. Nice.
You know what's great is, we're 4.5 minutes into this game, 5 different Tigers have carried the ball. They're spreading it around. This is the old Mike Leach. It doesn't matter who gets it as long as they're getting yards.
I'll make a comment after this play about one of the things you said about Weston earlier. Now, this time, Cooper looking to the end zone.
Oh, my gosh, he's
Weston
wide open.
Oh, just off the fingertips.
Boy, the defensive back on the far side, that's 23. That would be Des Moines Moore. He had no idea where the ball was. No idea where Weston was, and he had no idea where the ball was.
I think it's 27.
Was it 27?
And that's Shahadrick Hawkins.
Good for you.
What I was going to say is you mentioned Weston might carry the ball 20 times. I think the difference in this year and last year is there's so many people to carry the ball this year.
He had to carry it last year. He was the meal ticket last year.
And don't forget about Moose.
Can't forget the Moose. Waiting for those baby mooses to come through the pipeline.
3rd down and 11 now for the Tigers. And here's Cooper. He's back to throw. He's under a little pressure. He's going to go. He just threw it away. And he had some pressure, number 40, Chris Truhill. And now
penalty's
coming out
a killer.
Landon Allen's going to come out and try this will be about a 27-yard attempt.
I'd forgotten. He's only 2 out of 4 on the year. They really haven't tried that many field goals. It's been a lot of extra points.
And remember, one of those 4 was a 47-yard attempt.
Yeah, he's been very accurate.
Well, actually, look, they're going to place the ball.
This will be about 30.
30-yard attempt, so they're going to place it right at the 20-yard line. He's got a pretty good spot. He's close to the center of the field. Good snap, and there's the kicks on the way.
Whew. Yep.
It is good, and there is Landon Allen, and he packs on 3, and the Tigers stretch the lead 10-0.
I don't think you could ask for a better start. I love the fireworks.
Okay, with 7:01 to go here in the first quarter, the Tigers lead 10-0. We just got an updated score from Farmington. Farmington leading 8-0 in their contest.
Newport, a possible state championship contender.
Hank is asking if we can maybe get a little bit closer. So I'm going to look to you, Miles, and see if you can get these guys a little closer on that. And again,
you and I cannot get any closer. We are we're jammed in here. It's a little uncomfortable.
Want to remind those watching, go to pgtigersonline.com, regardless whether you're from Crossett, Prairie Grove, or anywhere else in the state, or even out of state. Go to pgtigersonline.com, the comments page. Let us know where you're watching from. We'll make sure we give you a shout-out.
Well, I know we're going to get a hit from California tonight. Young lady came up here right before the game, wanted to make sure she had the website right. So I know we've got at least one in California.
Landon now, this time he's not kicking from the hash. He's going to kick right from the middle of the
field.
Kick it
right over his head.
And he looks like back deep is Williams, and they've kind of moved him around. And looks like a little pooch kick.
Whoa.
And that's going to be a spot there. And so that ball will go right at the 40. Not sure
what he was trying to do, but
Well, now
interesting.
7:01 to go. Tigers leading 10-0. Zach, the early turnover on the second offensive play for the Eagles gave Prairie Grove the ball first and 10. I give Crossett a lot of credit for keeping them out of end zone.
They got to get a little bounce from that. You give up the ball on the 20-yard line and you keep them out of the end zone. You only give up 3. Now you get back in here with 7 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Penalty really hurt.
Yeah.
Johnson now single backfield. In motion is Williams. He's going to give the ball to Williams. Williams hit in the backfield. There's Nick Suggs.
Hey.
And there's Jacob Cole to finish him off. A 5-yard loss. Depends on the – well, it looks like they're going to get in a forward progress.
Gary Pinkel will tell you that play doesn't work against speed defenses. It doesn't work.
Looks like they're only going to give him let's call it a 2-yard loss in a play.
I think Mr. Williams is I don't think he's seen anything like this before. It's just tough to make a living when you're trying to run the ball up the middle on this group. You just can't do it because Jared just controls everything.
Well,
he requires 3 blockers.
He takes up tacklers, and now here's Johnson again. He's looking for a quick pass. Incomplete, intended for number 11.
Johnson's got happy feet.
And I don't have a name here for number 11.
Sorry, I did the best I could with the rosters. That's what they sent me. Could be Colby Hamilton. He hadn't done much this year.
Terry Randall.
All right.
Randall Terry, I'm sorry. And now here's Johnson, another quick pass, this time to Williams. He's got him on the outside. Nice open field tackle by John Halbert. And Halbert, that's a good open field tackle on a very good back.
Great support, and you can see what Crossett's game plan is. They're going to try and get the ball to Williams every chance they can.
Well, I will tell you, I would do the same.
Yeah, and he's that explosive. It's just you're going to eventually have to diversify a little bit.
And now we have Weston Bartholomew and Halbert deep.
Good kick.
Nice kick. And a good roll. That's going to roll inside the 20 down to about the 18. That's a nice kick. The kicker, Javier Ceja.
We have a number on that?
The kicked at 79. Javier Ceja. And the Tigers are going to have their worst starting possession tonight if they're inside their own 20.
Well, this is certainly an opportunity here to get some distance.
Well, a touchdown with an extra point, if you could pull that off, you're 3-score outside. So you'd really like to see that if possible. And it'd be a long drive into the backfield. You got J.D. Speed, Bartholomew. In motion is Noah Hunter. And this time Weston, he's going to go between the tackles like we talked about. There he is, Weston Bartholomew, about 8 or 9 yards.
Right after they kicked the field goal, Mitch Bartholomew came down and he said, "What do you think? We run the football?" I said, "Absolutely."
Marquise Gaston on the tackle. And Gaston looks a little shaken up on the play. He's grabbing his arm. And he's going to get 10 yards there, so 1st and 10 for the Tigers. From the wing tee, in motion is Noah Hunter. And this time, Cooper keeps on a quarterback keeper, and nice open field tackle that time. That was Antoine Gully.
You give him 3 on that?
They're going to give him about 3 yards on the play. Farmington now all tied up with Newport 8-8. Pottsville leads Gravett 7-0. Mina leading Arkadelphia 7-0. There's a little bit of a surprise.
Wow.
Mina leading Arkadelphia 7-0. Here's J.D. Speed around the left side, and he's got a little bit of running room. J.D. over the 40 to about the 43. Tackle made, number 32. That is Ravante Taylor. And I'm going to apologize to the Crossett fans that are watching. If I obliterate some of these names, forgive me.
It's a BYU education, man. Yep, Pottsville already up 7-0. Grab it.
Let's see who else we have online. And now from the wing tee in motion again is Noah Hunter. Right up the middle is Bartholomew, and he's hit. That was again Taylor on the tackle. Again, we remind those watching, pgtigersonline.com, the comments page. We always like to know where you're watching from.
Well, Prairie Grove looks very comfortable. It just looks like it's another game. They really, really look comfortable. A lot of it's probably due to you've got a quarterback that's started for 3 years, started a few playoff games here and there. You've got some guys that have been around, and they just look really, really comfortable.
Jacob Storley this time split to the right. 2nd down and 9, and now here's
my
Noah
goodness.
Hunter. Noah's
Take
got a
it,
little
Noah.
room. Nice job, and there's Noah Hunter at the 40. He's at the 35, 30, 25, down at about the 20. Yes, sir, Noah Hunter.
Great play. It's that wingback reverse without the extra handoff this time.
And that's, when they have that handoff sometimes, I think they're looking for that because Prairie Grove runs it a lot. They don't do that one quite as much.
Yeah, Jacob he needed to be careful out there. He was real close to getting that hand outside the framework of the body, getting called for holding. But great run. We'll certainly take it. 33 yards on the run for Noah. That's a Prairie Grove first down.
Inside the 20, down to the 18-yard line. Tigers leading 10-0, 3:18 to go here in the first. And there's J.D. Speed. He's got a little room.
Great tackle by Jacob Lacey.
About to
Jacob made the tackle.
You know what I liked about J.D. is that he found that there was a hole there for just a moment, and he went right to it. He didn't try to string that out, Zach.
At the beginning of the year, he was just kind of an afterthought. He was like the 3rd or 4th team tailback, and as the season's gone along, his role has grown. He had a huge game at P Ridge, and he's just gotten better and better and better, and he'll be back. He'll be back.
Dylan Reed comes in. He split wide to the left.
Look how shallow. I mean, there's nobody over the top. How long do you wait to try and get Jared on one of those pop passes?
Well, there's J.D.
I guess
Speed.
when you're doing this, you
Give
don't have to.
him 6. You don't have to do it, Zach. Give him 6. J.D. Speed.
You don't even
and the
need
Tigers,
to bother.
16-0, 2:34 to go here in the first.
Oh, fireworks. I love it.
Hey,
Well, it was a burn ban this summer, so you couldn't use them. Might as well use them during the playoffs.
And the Tigers, as you said, look very comfortable tonight, leading 16-0, 2:34 to go here in the first.
They look like a machine. They really do. I mean, they look like a team that's ready to make a run.
And now the opportunity for extra point. Still very early, 2:34 to go in the first quarter. Landon's already hit tonight from a 30-yarder.
I think if you're Coach Absher here, you decline this. Decline the penalty. Just let him kick his normal extra point.
Looks like they're going to go ahead and go for 2.
They're going to go for 2. Wow. Well, you're going for it early.
Well,
you're going for the knockout
I
early.
think what Prairie Grove thinks here is that you're only a yard and a half out.
You haven't had a whole lot of trouble moving the ball.
So I think, go ahead and try for it from a yard and a half. Although,
without looking, how many yards do they have in the first quarter?
I'm going to go with 150.
165.
Well, I'm not far off.
Not far off. They've given up -1.
Wow, unbelievable.
I mean, it's just a continuation of what we've seen. And, every time somebody says, well, don't, wait, next week, that defense just shines again and again.
There's Weston, and Weston's going to
easy.
get on in there.
Easy.
He gets in, and that's 18-0. The Tigers with 2:34 to go.
Man.
2:34 to go. Our score, the Prairie Grove Tigers 18, Crossett 0.
PG Telco is the proud sponsor of PGTigersOnline.com, where you can find out all the very latest of what's going on with all the sports teams right here in Prairie Grove. But PG Telco is more, a lot more. They offer phone, internet, long-distance services, and bundles, making it all affordable. And that includes DirecTV. For your home or office, staying connected to the fast-paced world is as easy as calling PG Telco. Call 846-7200. That's 846-7200. PG Telco, built on community, focused on progress.
Okay, we're back with you. We appreciate PG Telco and for all they do in helping us with the webcast. Appreciate them providing our servers and our website. Landon Allen already kicking off again for the 3rd time tonight. First time he almost got an onside kick by accident. The last time they tried to kind of pooch it, and now looks like they're going to I don't think they'll do that pooch again.
I don't think so. Just let him kick it. Put it in the end zone.
And this time he kicks it deep.
Jeez.
And
at the goal line.
Oh, his foot was back. He went on in the end zone. DeAndre Jackson, he caught it, took that step back into the end zone, and that's a touchback.
He had like 4 or 5 touchbacks last week.
He is really – I talked to his father, and I think, early in the season, he was coming off injuries. Zach didn't play the first couple of games.
Yeah.
And I think his dad was telling me he is really finally 100% healthy, and it has shown the last few weeks. And now the House of Pain's coming in, Zach. And the student section is fired up tonight.
Crossett looks shell-shocked. They really do. They look confused.
Johnson from the shotgun. He's got Williams back there with him. And he's going to hand it to Williams. Williams, he breaks one tackle.
What he can do.
And and now Halbert, nice run. And I knew you would see that at some point tonight.
You just have to turn him back inside. You can't lose contain on him. The corners have to come up, provide that run support, and turn him back inside. And then you let people like Jacob and Jared get to him. But I think that's, if Cross is going to get back into the game, that's what they've got to do.
And it's still early. They don't need – if you're Crossett with 2:22 to go here in the first quarter, you don't have to get away from your game plan yet. You don't have to get desperate. You can still run a lot of time to go. Prairie Grove has just struck early and quick.
They've got to possess the ball, and they've got to get it. They've got to get Williams loose, to the outside. And if you're Prairie Grove, you've got to keep all of that stuff in front of you. You've got to make him come in.
And this time he's got a little room.
Yeah,
and
hello. That's Jacob.
Jacob called the wall of call. He gets him in the backfield. J.D. Speed up there to help him up. And the wall of call has we've called him out a couple times. Wow, they're going to give him a short gain there. I guess the forward motion is going to get him there. Third down. Crossett looking for their first down of the game with 1:54 to go here in the first quarter.
You got to figure Williams is going to get the ball here.
And now quick pass.
Shows you what I know.
Nice.
Oh,
Halbert, he wanted it. He said, number nine.
He hasn't had an interception in a while, but
it's been a couple of weeks. Of course, he hadn't been in the game quite as much.
He was open. I mean, it just skipped off his hands. But you're in the danger zone here if you're Crossett. You're getting real close to having this thing get real ugly real fast. I think you got to be careful here. Fake punt, something, play punt safe and let your two best returners, do what they can do, but don't get stuck. Yep, there it is.
There's a fake.
Told you.
And I don't think he got it.
No,
he did not get it. They were looking for it.
That's a quick snap.
And that's Brandon Notier and J.D. Speed.
Did not fall for it.
They wrapped him up.
Man.
And I give it to Crossett. You're trying to make something happen. You take a shot. I mean, you can't.
They snuck him on late. They snuck Williams on late. They put him in the up back spot, and it's a direct snap. And then you just run a quick power play off of it. But Prairie Grove didn't fall for it.
And the punter, Seha, he actually did a nice job of faking. First and 10 for the Tigers. Now with the ball inside the Crossett 30. And now quick pitch, that's Logan Bartholomew. Logan just lowers it, goes forward. He's hit by several of the Eagles. Ball comes out. The whistle's blown dead, so.
Where'd they mark him, the 26?
Several of the Eagles in there.
I didn't know this, but doing some research this week. Do you know Crossett has a guy in the NBA?
Really? Who is that?
His name is escaping me. It'll come back to me in a minute. I should have written it down, but he plays for the Utah Jazz.
DeMarcus Swan was the leading tackler there, along with Marquise Gaston. 2nd and 7, trips to the left.
And here comes that bubble screen.
And now they're going to do it. Still overthrown. We're just missing that pass, Zach. We're just missing the pass there.
It's a tough pass when you're taking the snap and you have to turn your shoulders and throw. I've never been a huge proponent of the bubble screens, but if you can get Weston with numbers on the outside, that's always a good thing. And I'm always a big fan of just turn around and hand it to him. Let him do his thing.
Well, it's 3rd and 7, and the Tigers need to take advantage of this field position. One of the things I'm always a favor of, when you got opportunities early in the game, you take it. Football is a crazy game. It can take different turns, and you just don't – when you have the opportunities, you need to take them. 3rd down and 7. Ball just outside the Eagle 25, and there's Logan Bartholomew. He needs to cut that up, and he does.
Good run.
He's going to get close to the first down. Depends on the spot. I think it's going to be a
down.
little bit short, if that's the spot. And they may measure this.
Yep,
They are going to measure.
They are going to do that.
PG Telcos, the proud sponsor of PGTigersOnline.com, where you can find out all the very latest of what's going on with all the sports teams right here in Prairie Grove. But PG Telco is more, a lot more. They offer phone, internet, long-distance services, and bundles, making it all affordable. And that includes DirecTV. For your home or office, staying connected to the fast-paced world.
And the Tigers get the first down. Nice run by Logan, and now 1st and 10, ball inside the 20.
You know, I'm no offensive coordinator, but Prairie Grove 16 carries, 149 yards here in the first quarter. I don't know. Run the ball. Just keep running the ball.
Only one
of
for
5
5
passing.
a 26-yarder, and that was the touchdown
That's a touchdown pass. But
to Fall.
you know, this game's sort of following the pattern that we had with Mina last year, where they ran the ball all over the place. But now what do we got?
Now a flag, and you don't. That's what stopped us on the time that we ended up with a field goal.
It's nice to be able to say that. We only ended up with a field goal. It hasn't always been that way.
That's our second penalty of the night, Zach. And you know, Prairie Grove has not had a lot of penalties the last few games.
Matter of fact, I have those numbers right in front of me.
I knew you would.
I am on it today. Let's see here. Penalties. Penalty yards last week, they had 26. You know, the penalties have been dropping steadily.
Had quite a few, I think, against P. Ridge.
Lavaca was the 11 penalty game. That was ugly.
And those were all in the first half.
Yeah, they were
first and 15 for the Tigers.
Fouls.
And now,
oh my gosh, down the middle.
There he is. Give him 6.
Yes, sir. Who was that?
Oh no, they're going to say he dropped it. Noah Hunter.
Throw the red flag.
Noah Hunter. He's saying I held on to it. I wish we had instant replay for that.
That was close. But that'll bring up a 2nd and 15 for Prairie Grove, and they're just not sharp in the passing game tonight. Guys are open, and guys are certainly open.
That actually was not a bad that Noah's. You know, a lot of times
Noah's got to run that route a little more shallow when he's that wide open.
There's Weston right up the middle. Nice defensive play there by the Eagles. That's Seha on the tackle. Seha, I guess, would probably be more appropriate.
Well, get it back to the 20 and
3rd down.
3rd and 12. I think I still think you're in 2-down territory here. You're looking to put this thing away.
Well, after 1 quarter of play, the Prairie Grove Tigers lead 18-0.
PG Telcos, the proud sponsor of PGTigersOnline.com, where you can find out all the very latest of what's going on with all the sports teams right here in Prairie Grove. But PG Telco is more, a lot more. They offer phone, internet, long-distance services, and bundles, making it all affordable. And that includes DirecTV. For your home or office, staying connected to the fast-paced world is as easy as calling PG Telco. Call 846-7200. That's 846-7200. PG Telco, built on community, focused on progress.
As we get ready to start the 2nd quarter, Tigers lead 18-0. They have 3rd down and 12, ball at the 20.
I still think you're in 2-down territory here. You're looking for about 10 on this one if you can get it to a 4th and manageable, and go for the kill here.
Now Cooper rolling to his right. Looking, throwing back to
throw,
his left.
oh my
Logan
gosh.
Bartholomew
Wow.
gives him 6.
That's that play that we saw last week, the throwback.
Wide open, touchdown Tigers.
It's a great call.
Give him 6 again. Logan
Great
Bartholomew.
call. Man, They are sharp tonight for sure. Hey,
24-0.
Cooper's completed 2 passes for 72 yards, both touchdowns. What do we know? What do we know? Just, that's that halfback throwback that they unveiled last week, and it was successful. And then this one, you run it at the perfect time, right out of the timeout. And
he was by himself, Zach. He was by
you and I were
himself.
closer to him than the defensive backs were.
Now the extra point by Landon Allen. Good snap. Ball's on the way.
Ooh,
No
no,
good.
there goes the streak.
And the streak ends at 31 straight. 24-0.
200 yards in 200 yards of offense in a quarter and a play for Prairie Grove. They've given up 7, and that's a recipe for a 24-0 lead. And Prairie Grove looks every bit the number 5 team in the state. They look dominant. They look like they certainly came out to play. Now the question is, now you've got to continue to play. You've come out with this great rush of emotion. You've played fast. You've played well. Don't let Crossett back in the game.
And like I said earlier, we're only in the second quarter, and you're three scores up. You don't want to let that foot off the pedal. You want to keep applying this pressure and do all you can. And defensively, only giving up so far tonight.
7 yards on 9 plays.
Unbelievable.
The best play for Crossett to this point has been the 44-yard punt. That's been the only thing you've looked at and said, wow. There
was one run that Williams made, about 8-yard run.
Six. He's got 5 carries for 7 yards. I mean, they've done a great job bottling him up. That's all that anybody who's watched Crossett, that's what they said. It's Williams. And to this point, Prairie Grove has certainly done a good job on him, but he's one of those guys that can be 1-1, -1, and then 50. So they've got to keep going.
Got to keep applying the pressure. Now Landon Allen to kick. Another good kick deep. Jackson's going to field it just inside the 5, and now he's going to bring it back. Looking for a little run room, and he's going to be brought down about the 23-yard line. Creighton Ledbetter. Dalton Falk also helping out Matt Dryman.
Don't take your foot off the pedal now. Keep coming. Keep blitzing him. You've got Johnson on his couple of pass attempts. He doesn't have his feet set. He's looking for bodies.
River Johnson's a big young man.
He's as tall as Jared is. He just weighs about $180. But for Prairie Grove, just keep blitzing. Keep coming after him. Keep the pressure on. Yep. See? There he goes.
And
that's exactly what he can do.
Brought down. That was Logan Bartholomew tracking him down from behind.
It's 1-1, -1, and then right there. That's 20. What do you get? 20.
About a 22-yard
22 yards, something like that.
23.
25.
Both of Coach Elder's big sisters watching tonight from Kansas. One of the Tigers
partying at the
they want to be here
Inn?
in a couple of weeks, so the Tigers are going to have to hang on for victory here. And now trying to strip the ball out was Brandon Taylor, Brandon Notier, Jacob Call, Jared Murphy, all in there on the stop. 2 yards.
To this point, I am, again, no defensive coordinator here, but Crossett's run 11 plays, 4 passes, 7 carries by Mr. Williams.
They've not had another ball carrier tonight.
No, you got to watch this.
And now here's a quick bubble screen, and now they throw an incomplete.
And who'd they throw it to?
Neither team has been successful with that little play, Zach.
Yeah, I think we should throw that one out of the playbook. That one, it just hasn't worked to this point. But we're combined both sides 3 for 12 passing.
And now 3rd down and 9.
Find 4. It's like, where's Waldo? Find him. Make sure somebody's on him.
And now River Johnson looking to the sideline. Now he's back pass, looking over there to his left. In and out of the hands. Ran right out of the hands. That was Garrett Harrington.
Well, now it's 4th down.
And at this point in the game, it looks like.
Don't go. Don't go.
I think they're going. I don't see. Seha's not coming on. So Seha's not coming on. They're going. It's 4th and 9.
You know who they haven't thrown the ball at is 4. There's probably a reason for that. You got to watch for a screen here. Something where they can get Williams the ball in a situation where he can run. You got to find him. Somebody's got to spy him.
And now he's back.
There's
Nodier.
Nodier.
Nodier's got him in trouble, throwing deep.
JD fell down, but got
JD
lucky.
had an opportunity there intended for number 85 for the Eagles. That is Keith Pippen.
Yeah, you applaud the aggressiveness, but now you're giving Cooper and Weston and JD half a field, and that's just not.
And
you're playing with fire here.
If the Tigers score and get the extra point, Zach, what you're looking at that point, you're looking at a 5. You got to score 5 times. I mean, it's like.
FYI, Prairie Grove has not been scored on 5 times all year. Okay, you're going to have to score more points in a half than Prairie Grove's given up all year long.
1st and 10 for the Tigers. Ball at the 49-yard line of Crossett. There is Weston Bartholomew. He's got a little room. There's Weston inside the 45, down to the 43.
I like that play a lot. A lot.
I'll tell you, Weston is not afraid to just lower the boom. Brought down by Rashawn Williams.
That's 35 yards on 6 carries for Weston. That's 5.5 yards, or 5.8 yards per carry. Prairie Grove's got 158 on the ground at this point. I see no reason to continue to do anything other than run the football. You got 10 minutes here to go in the second quarter. This is a good time to just take the ball and just pound it. Oh, my.
And there's Weston.
Oh,
He's got some room. He's
Go
at
Weston,
the 20,
he's going.
15, 10, 5. Give him 6. Weston Bartholomew into the end zone. Zach, once again, the Tigers strike pay dirt. Hey!
That's 200 yards rushing in the first half.
And Weston Bartholomew.
Now, you remember he had 200 last year against Mina in the first round.
78 in the first half. Tigers leading 31-0. And the Tigers came to play tonight.
247 yards of total offense for the Prairie Grove Tigers.
And we're 10 minutes to go in the second quarter, Zach.
14 minutes of football, and Prairie Grove just – this is what we've seen all year long. I mean, it still continues to amaze me. Time to start a new streak.
Landon kicks on the way. This one is good. And with 10:03 to go in the first half, the Tigers leading 31-0.
Wow. Wow.
PG Telco is the proud sponsor of PGTigersOnline.com, where you can find out all the very latest of what's going on with all the sports teams right here in Prairie Grove. But PG Telco is more, a lot more. They offer phone, internet, long-distance services, and bundles, making it all affordable. And that includes DirecTV. For your home or office, staying connected to the fast-paced world is as easy as calling PG Telco. Call 846-7200. That's 846-7200. PG Telco, built on community, focused on progress.
You can see the student section. They're enjoying themselves tonight. And well, they should be.
I wonder if my son knows that I'm watching him. Oh, I can see him.
I can see him even better from over here, Zach.
I told him, I said, hey, I saw you on the webcast last week. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah, that was great, bud.
Well, at least you saw him on the webcast. My daughter was acting a fool on the Channel 5
I did
TV.
see her. I saw her with the blind referee costume. That was nice. Because I was sitting on the couch, and I'm like, hey, I know her.
Landon Allen preparing to kick. Tigers leading 31-0. 10 minutes to go in the first half, and another kick, and this time. And they do reverse it.
They're going to try and get it to him any way they can.
And he's going to be wrapped up, and it's great to see the Tigers. Eli Lopez, one of those guys in there. Brandon Nodier, Jackson Diebold, and Connor West, I believe, is the other tackler. So, wow, a lot of Tigers in there to wrap up Williams.
Kick coverage looks a lot better tonight. You're facing a guy who's really, really dangerous, and they've done a heck of a job to this point. You know, some of the numbers that just jump out at it. Do you know how many kick returns we've had this year? Just off the top of your head. You know how many kick returns we've had?
It's got, I don't know.
12.
Oh.
We've had 12 kick returns. Some games we've only had 1.
Wow. And now Johnson back to pass. He's got open. That's
nice
Pennington.
catch.
Nice. That's Dakota Pennington. And Pennington's a tall young
Big man. He dropped the pass earlier in the game. You know they were going to try and come back to him.
Well, and that was a nice play. Pennington up to about the 38-yard line. Pennington, what do you think he is? 6'5", 6'6", Zach?
He's every bit of that. He's a big young man.
He's at tight end. He's going to be on the left side this time. Dominic Williams in the backfield. He's going to get the ball and trying to bounce outside, and now he cuts back in there.
I don't think so.
Murphy just you had Jacob Call with the tackle.
And we got a flag.
Jacob Call with the tackle. He had him, and then Murphy just kind of pushed the pile, and they went down.
Who's the flag on?
It may be on us. I think we may have said something there.
It's got to be after the play.
You got to be smart here.
Aggression is good, but you got to control it here. Yeah, you can tell Crossett's getting frustrated.
Yeah.
And that's a killer for them. I mean, you're talking about backing them up 15 yards.
You got to harness that anger, control that aggression.
That's right. You can, especially with the way things are going.
Name the movie.
Got me on that.
Remember the Titans.
I haven't seen that one the whole way through.
Oh gosh.
No, Henry and I talked about that. I got the same speech. What?
Let's see. Lindsey Kay watching from Lubbock, Texas tonight.
Really? Lubbock.
Lindsey, welcome. Hank, we're trying to do what we can to help you out there as well.
Just sit closer to the monitor.
Second down and a country mile here for Crossett. They have trips to the right. Williams, single back. River Johnson in the shotgun.
Prime time's lurking back there, and they're starting to throw to his side.
They got him in the backfield. Murphy and Falk trapping back. And the country mile just got a little longer, Zach.
I don't know what's after a country mile, but it's a long, long way.
And
he didn't even stand a chance. I mean, by the time he got his feet set, Jared and Dalton were there.
3rd and 30.
That's a long way to go. Where'd they mark that one? The 18?
It is 3rd and 30.
Look, I mean, when you get a 15-yard penalty and you're struggling to move the ball, that's just a killer.
And now here comes Jacob.
Jacob smells it. Jacob smells it. There's blood in the water.
And that shark is ready to attack.
Did you see the write-up on him in the paper this week?
I did not. Nice.
He got it.
Oh, great interception. That's Nick Sugg. Hey, his second one of the night. Nick Sugg with an incredible interception. Oh, my goodness. And there's a proud papa about 4 people down for me.
I tell you what, he gets his coordination and skill from his mama. There's absolutely no question about that.
And the Tigers, as you said, they see blood in the water, Zach, and they are attacking.
You're getting to the point where, and I'll date myself here, we're playing Mike Tyson Punch-Out here. King Hippo is about to get knocked out.
Body blow.
Exactly. This is you're getting to that point where Prairie Grove is about to just run you over.
Wow. The Tigers leading 31-0, 8:21 to go in the first half. And now here is J.D. Speed. Speed cuts back against the grain inside the 15 to about the 14-yard line.
You almost sound disappointed when he got 4 yards.
I know. Well, it's looking. I did.
It's disappointing when he gets 4 yards.
That was a great interception by Nick. Farmington leading Newport 16-8.
There were people that were saying Newport was a state title contender. Farmington may just be one of those teams that can just flip the switch when it's playoff time.
And after this play, I'll read some more scores. There's Coop. He's looking, throwing.
Did he catch that?
Give him 6. Yes. J.D. Speed. Yes. Give him 6 more.
That's a great catch. That is a phenomenal catch. I mean, you couldn't play that one any better if you're the defender over there. You can't play it any better. He was in his hip pocket. JD just made a great catch. I mean, after a while, you just go, hey, that's a great catch, man. There's nothing you can do.
And the Tigers, I think you said it, Crossett looked shell-shocked.
Yeah, the first couple of minutes, they just looked like they didn't know what hit them.
And now Landon Allen to kick again. 37-0 here in the first half. And Landon once again in
Perfect.
38-0.
I did not expect this.
No, absolutely not. 7:42 to go in the first half. We remind you, go to pgtigersonline.com. Let us know where you're watching from. And
Wow.
Zach, with 7:42 to go, the score, the Prairie Grove Tigers 38, Crossett Eagles 0.
PG Telco is the proud sponsor of PGTigersOnline.com, where you can find out all the very latest of what's going on with all the sports teams right here in Prairie Grove. But PG Telco is more, a lot more. They offer phone, internet, long-distance services, and bundles, making it all affordable. And that includes DirecTV. For your home or office, staying connected to the fast-paced world is as easy as calling PG Telco. Call 846-7200. That's 846-7200. PG Telco, built on community, focused on progress.
Okay, as we come back, some scores. Ozark leading Hamburg 14-0. Farmington leading 16-8. Gravett trails Pottsville 29-0, and Pea Ridge leading Monticello 14-0. So the conference right now leading 4 out of 5 games, and I would have expected a little bit. I'd have been very surprised if Gravett was leading Pottsville.
The Newport game is the one that's got me a little surprised.
And a good kick. This is going to almost. That's going to be spotted at 35. And Zach, that was about 3 yards away from being at the
perfect.
20. Yep.
Well, now what? If you're Crossett, what do you go to? Nothing's worked to this point. You got 41 yards of offense. 25 came on one play. I don't know what you dial up here, but you got to possess the football for a little bit and take some of that pressure off your defense, because frankly, Prairie Grove's got 266 yards of offense. Cooper's completed 3 passes today.
Two of them have been touchdowns.
How about all 3?
All 3 of them have been
all
touchdowns.
3 of them
right.
are touchdowns. So I don't know what you dial up here, but it's got to involve Dominic Williams if you're going to possess the football for a while.
Johnson's pass is complete to DeAndre Jackson. Pickup of about, let's call it 6 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
And I think that's what you got to do, is you got to get the ball out of his hands fast, and you've got to have short passes. You can't let him stand back there. He's just gonna get eaten up.
And now 2nd down and 4. There's Williams. He gets the ball. He's got a little room.
He's strong.
He is strong. He bench presses, from what I was able to pick up. He bench presses a little over 300 pounds. He's got to be doing 1.5 times his weight for sure, because he looked more than 200
I hope
pounds.
so, because he's going to have Jared and Jacob on him all night. He better be able to bench press that much.
Dominic is a senior. He rushed for a couple hundred yards.
He's had big games. The games that I've seen, he was everything.
Johnson, he picks up the 1st down. That's only the 3rd first down of the night for Crossett. 6:40 to go here in the first half. Tigers 38-0. And as you said, Zach, wasn't expecting that tonight.
Not at all. Just based on what people had told me and what I had observed.
And watch.
Just did not expect this at all.
Now in motion, high snap. Let's see what the call's going to be. Is it a timeout?
I think we got a timeout. Maybe? Nope, there's a flag down.
False start on the offense is going to back that up 5 yards. And really the last thing Crossett needs are penalties right now. They had a big penalty last time that cost them 15 yards, the unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, that was the big one in the last drive. But I think if they got a little something going here with 6 minutes to go, that's nice.
And now there's Pennington again, and a nice tackle by Halbert. Halbert had to go low on him there, but
there's only one way to go. He's 6'5".
He's 6'5". Halbert, he might be 5'8".
Maybe.
Farmington leading Newport 16-14. That's going to be a barn burner all night, I believe. That's going to be a close game.
I had anticipated a little bit more out of Newport, especially with Farmington having to go all the way down there. I just expected Newport to kind of handle their business, but
Second
not so
and
much.
7. There's Williams, and he
Yep,
breaks
there
some
he goes.
tackles.
Can't dive at his feet.
And now
He can do that.
he gets the deepest penetration of the night for the Eagles down to the Tiger 38-yard line. Dominique Williams, and you said it, Zach. Lose a yard, boom, he goes.
That's what that's the way it was described. It was 1 yard, 1 yard, 1 yard, 50 yards, and that's it's like every fourth or fifth carry he's gotten a decent run.
What I'm seeing on this drive is what I anticipated seeing, a little play action occasionally, and then the pass, and now keep this time by Johnson. He makes a little move, and he's going to be inside about the 35. He's brought down by Nick Sugg, who made the great interception earlier. Noah Hunter also helping out. Pick up of 3 yards for the Eagles. Well, it looks like it's going to be closer to 4 yards. Second and long 6. Someone's asking what year did, and I'll answer that question from online. There's Johnson. He's looking intended for Dominic Bridges. The question's asked, when did last win the state? What year? An alum from 82. Well, to my knowledge, Prairie Grove has never won the state championship in football. I think the deepest penetration they ever had was the semifinals in 2003, and I think in 1997 they also made it to the semifinals where they lost to McGee. So third down now, long 6 to go for the Eagles. So the Tigers twice to the semifinals, hoping to make a deep run this year. And now back to pass, throws.
I'll tell you what, he looked for Jacob, that's for sure.
The ball is incomplete, intended again for Dominic Bridges. So it's going to bring up 4th down, and they went for it a while ago. I know this deep
Fake
penetration.
punt, the last 3 possessions have been a fake punt, and you've gone for it on 4th down. You might as well just keep going.
And the Tigers have yet to punt tonight.
That's becoming a theme. I think you got to target the big guy.
Well,
I think you have to.
Pennington has been that's probably been their most successful. And now back to pass is Johnson. He got a little pressure. Nodier makes him throw. Halbert with number 9. There he goes. John Halbert.
Gone.
And Halbert sees some bright daylight. There he goes. John Halbert. Hey, keep going, John. He cuts back, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds right about midfield. And that's the 9th interception of the year for John Halbert.
He's had his hand on a few tonight, but, man, you can't throw that ball late like that. We get a penalty?
If it's a penalty,
yeah,
it will be on the
penalty.
return. It may have even been a late. Well, no, let's see what they're going to do here. Maybe a late hit even. No, it looks like it's going to be back here based on where our guys are standing.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to get maybe a hold on the return. It's hard to hold those blocks for that long when John's running around.
Well, they were standing. I thought it was a late hit just for a moment because they were standing over here by the sideline. But then I was noticing the other gentleman down here, the other ref was way back here, so figured it'd be a step off from about the 30. So the Tigers are starting their own 20-yard line. So you know what? At the end of the day, that was as good as a punt on 4th down for Crossett.
It's not. No, I'm sure that's not what they wanted. They needed. They needed some offense.
Well, the Tigers leading 38-0, 4:44 to go here in the first half, and have just been
dominant.
Exactly, dominant in offensively. And you said that would be the Eagles' Achilles heel.
It has been. They've given up some huge numbers on defense, yards and points. And Prairie Grove's not your average Joe when it comes to offense. They can certainly get it done, and they can beat you. They can beat you a lot of different ways. Change your quarterback. Jacobs in. Who carried that? Was that JD? Oh, it was Bobby Cat.
That was Bobby Cat coming in, and Jacob Storley in. You got the second team offense in from the backfield. Not all of them. You got still some of the
Jacobs out there.
You got. It looks like you still have.
You got the Jacobs on the left side.
You actually have. Center is now in. That's Boyd Sparkman in at center, and
Eli
Lopez. We've got sophomores in there here with 4 minutes to go here in the first half, Zach. And it's going to be third down and about 5 for the Tigers. And Seha on the stop for the Eagles. And I wonder if we'll see that little keeper here by Storley. I'd like to see it. I like it.
That was just a little triple option play, and he read it correctly last week and took off for, 50-something yards.
And I bet you that's what we dial up.
There it comes. Guess who?
There's Storley, and he gets the first down.
We're going to have to start calling that like the Storley special or something.
He's going to start quarterback probably next year, and I bet you we see that triple option run a little bit more.
It's a good run. Good run.
And nice job there by Jacob. And, I mean, to have, Zach, literally to have your 2 sophomore running backs and your backup quarterback in a playoff game with 4 minutes to go in the first quarter just tells you how.
It speaks to how well they were prepared this week for this. And I know they've been pointing to it since August.
3 minutes, 15 seconds to go in the first half. Tigers leading. And now there's JD. Speed. And Speed going to be wrapped up this time. Nice job by number 7 for that is Moore on the tackle. Looks like the Tigers going to have a step off. Is that going to be a hold from there? Wow. It's a hold there from the backfield, so that's going to be a
10-yard penalty enforced from, the 34?
And that's going to back them up because they had it's going to be about first down and 22. So first down and 22 now for the Tigers.
Last week I asked, what do you have on 4th and 25? I want to ask that question again.
We have the Storley special.
You think so?
No, it was only 1st and 22, but if it was 4th and 20 or
4th and 20, yeah, Storley special, easy. Dylan Reed coming in, Dalton Falk's coming in. Dalton had a great catch, the first touchdown.
Let's see who else we have. We have
Jared's still out there.
After this play, I'll go to our
Oh, they're going to throw it.
And look at Storley. He's hit as he throws. He's got.
Oh my gosh!
Oh,
that was a good throw. He let him right.
Intended for Dylan Reed, and Storley, he got hit as he released it. Let's see. They're right. They're talking about commending the Crossett fan base. They came from over 300 miles, and that's a good 6 hour drive.
And it is
they've got a good crowd.
It's a lot warmer down there than it is up here. I can promise you that.
Let's see, Lindsey West Kennedy, thank you for the shout-out, loves the coverage and likes to watch our alma mater. Throw some peanut M&Ms to my twin sister, Natalie Bartholomew. Somebody find Natalie and give her some peanut M&Ms. Second down and 22 for the Tigers. And now
there's the Storley special.
And the Storley special was eaten up that time by the Eagles. Seha and
got a couple
Xavier
yards out of that.
Callahan both in on the tackle. 2:30 to go. It's going to be third down and long for the Tigers, and I have to call it 3rd and 20.
I still like the pop pass to Jared. You get him loose in the secondary. That's a freight train.
This is very, very. Oh, they're going to have to call.
They're going to let it run down.
They're going to have to now.
Yeah, Coach Absher was standing next to the ref the whole time.
Yeah, they'll call a timeout. Well, let's take a timeout with them. With 2:07 to go here in the first half, the Tigers lead 38-0.
PG Telco is the proud sponsor of PGTigersOnline.com, where you can find out all the very latest of what's going on with all the sports teams right here in Prairie Grove. But PG Telco is more, a lot more. They offer phone, internet, long-distance services, and bundles, making it all affordable. And that includes DirecTV. For your home or office, staying connected to the fast-paced world is as easy as calling PG Telco. Call 846-7200. That's 846-7200. PG Telco, built on community, focused on progress.
just talking to one of the Crossett fans, they really like being in the 4A just from a mileage standpoint. And now their Storley, it's a draw play, and that's Lopez.
Hadn't seen that this year.
No, I'm sorry. That was JD Speed. And now with 2 minutes to go, it looks like that Crossett has called the timeout. So they want some points here before the half, Zach.
I don't blame them. You got a chance to get some decent field position here.
Well, you got to look at it this way. If they can get points, you don't start the mercy rule.
Right.
You know, and so, if the Tigers can hang on and at the 38-0 mark, you'll start the mercy rule for the second half. If Crossett finds a way to find pay dirt, then they get the ball to start the second half. And so,
and then Coach Abster sends out the first defense.
I think you need to do that
have
for
to.
sure. Let's check some scores. Arkadelphia leading Mina 15-7. Ozark leading Hamburg 21-7.
Really?
Malvern 35-0 over Gosnell.
Could have predicted that.
Pea Ridge 28-0 over Monticello. Farmington still showing leading Newport 16. I think that's 16-14.
Wow.
JD Speed to punt. Pottsville leading Gravett 29-7. Need a good snap here. Gets a good snap. JD, he's going to have an end-over-end kind of punt, but and that was smart by Brandon. That ball was going to bounce back, so Brandon Taylor.
Where'd they mark that?
They're going to mark it at the 49.
Wow.
I think we got a little bit of a good spot.
Yeah, I was
going to
say, I think they marked it where he stopped.
Yeah, we'll take it.
But, a 24-yard punt. JD rushed it a little bit. I think he felt that phantom pressure.
Well, it's Gravett did get on the board with Pottsville. It's 29-7. So, and they're still in the first half. Again, those that are watching, we know you're out there, Crossett fans. Let us go to pgtigersonline.com. Go to the comments page. Let us know you're down there watching us. Rivers, he's going to give to Williams. He breaks a tackle or two. He's going to be brought down. Creighton Ledbetter on the tackle. It's like Bobby Cat come up to help him a little bit. Williams going to get the ball down to the Prairie Grove 45. Pickup of 6 yards. 1 minute, 35 seconds to go here in the first half. Tigers leading 38-0. Johnson from the shotgun.
You got to take a shot here soon.
And now here he goes.
It's a
Williams.
halfback
Now it's a
pass.
halfback pass. Throws.
Oh, no.
That's Halbert.
Wrong guy to throw it at.
John Halbert with number 10 on the year. A second interception tonight.
Look.
John Halbert. Hey.
Will somebody please? Look, quarterbacks don't throw at him. Why are you having your running back throw at him? I don't get it.
If someone's watching film, they're not seeing it real close, Zach, because he has got 10 interceptions on the year.
I don't get it. After a while, whatever side, you point to him and go, okay, he's over there. Throw it the other way.
We'll
just stop doing it.
We'll take it for sure. And the Tigers, with a minute 18, will probably just try to run the clock out here in the first half. Drew Conley bringing the play in from the sideline.
I don't understand.
We'll take it. We'll take it,
Yeah,
Zach.
I know.
And now Jacob Storley comes under center. And wow.
Is that Nick?
Nick Sugg, he's wrapped up. Nick's had 2 interceptions tonight. Both of them were great, but I'm telling you, that second one was a thing of beauty.
It was off that little rocket screen, jailbreak screen they tried to run.
Down the minute to go here in the first half, and Tigers will probably run 1 or 2 more plays, and that'll be the end of the first half. I don't think Crossett will try to stop the clock again.
It's been impressive. I mean, there's no doubt about it. What if they got 284 yards here in the first half? Absolutely impressive. Ridiculous.
And now,
they got him.
Bobby Cat.
They got him.
Go, Bobby
They
Cat.
got him.
There's Bobby Cat. He's
Nice
knocked out
run.
of bounds at the 46-yard line.
The minute those 2 offensive linemen get outside with unobstructed, nobody gets to them, it's 10 yards minimum.
Nice job up front. You got Lacey, Sparkman, Connor West, Diebold, Galden up front. They're opening up holes for these sophomore backs.
Can you take a shot here? We did last week.
Yeah, we did.
We certainly did.
30 seconds to go here in the first half, and now here comes Eli. No, that's Nick Sugg. Nick Sugg over. He gets up 10 yards. He's down to the 42, 43
Call
yard
timeout
line.
here.
24 seconds to go. Zach, are you getting a little greedy here?
No. I'm setting a tone. That's what I'm doing, is I'm setting a tone.
Well, this means the clock will run in the second half. And as a man that has to start heading towards Tuscaloosa tonight, I'm not sad
It's a
about
long
that.
drive. That's a long drive from here. And they're gonna let it go down.
9 seconds, 8, and that's going to be the end of the first half. And Zach, a very impressive first half for the Prairie Grove Tigers. At halftime, the Prairie Grove Tigers lead 38. The Crossett Eagles 0. Stay with us through halftime. We're gonna stay here for the halftime festivities. We'll have the band, cheerleaders, etc. We'll be back with stats and commentary at the end of the half.
PG Telcos, the proud sponsor of PGTigersOnline.com, where you can find out all the very latest of what's going on with all the sports teams right here in Prairie Grove. But PG Telco is more, a lot more. They offer phone, internet, long-distance services, and bundles, making it all affordable. And that includes DirecTV. For your home or office, staying connected to the fast-paced world is as easy as calling PG Telco. Call 846-7200. That's 846-7200. PG Telco, built on community, focused on progress.
Miss Woodbury, is your band ready to enter the field? You may begin your performance. We close with rumor has it features Tatum Cornelius on bass drum solo and Lane Oliver on the trumpet solo. In your honor, this song's for you.
Show include Brian Eubanks, Ian Ruiz, Spencer Erdman, Will Pullman, Amy Kirkendall, Ariana Mitchell, and Neil Luck. Our flag captains are Liberty Adams and Tanya Herrera Lopez. Our percussion captain is two-time All-State percussionist John Van Zandt.
Drum majors Haley Middlebrook and Brianna Suggs. Is your band ready? Let's show this crowd the best band in the region. Tiger Moss. Hands under the direction of Jerry Nichols and Leo Moss. It has been a Music Without Mercy production. Thank you for your kind attention.
Well, Zach, great halftime festivities.
Always enjoy the Ozta, or the, what is it, Ozta Ozfest, or whatever the
I love it. I love it.
Just because it's music from our generation. I'm going to throw a number at you. 239.
Rushing yards.
No. 239 to 2. Points scored versus points given up since the trick play against Farmington.
Wow.
They've outscored their opponents 239 to 2.
Wow.
The scoreless quarter streak is up to 24. It's huh? Yeah, that's yours. Just watch the board, though. That would be an unpleasant shock. I was just sitting here and I was looking at some of the numbers, and I just looked at the scoreless streak. 24 straight quarters. They have not given up. The defense has not given up a point, and 239 points they've scored to 2,
which
since
is
the Farmington
basically.
game.
By the way, Zach, I was down there during halftime visiting with some of the fans and happened to run into Steve Halbert, John's dad. He said John's gone back and looked through the films, and he's found 12 interceptions on the year.
Is that a fact? Well, we might have to go back and look, because
that's getting into state record territory.
Yes,
isn't
it is. 15 is the state record for interceptions.
And if he's sitting at 12, and I think we ought to go back and double check that, because if that's,
no, officially he had 8 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, so
we'll have to go back and look. But
we got plenty of film. So
yeah, we do. Yeah, we can definitely go back and take a look.
Be interesting, but whether he's sitting at 10 or 12, he keeps getting the ball thrown to him the way he is now. He's going to have an opportunity to break that record.
If you're watching this and you're an opposing coach, throw it the other way. I mean, just, you see Tom Brady pointing at free safeties and middle linebackers. Somebody needs to identify where he is. Identify where John is and just throw it to the other side. Not that that's a better option, but it's certainly better than throwing it at John, especially if you're going to have your halfback throw it. I don't get that. But
well, as we go into the second half, the Tigers leading 38-0. There'll be mercy rule, and now here are the rules for that. The only time the clock will stop is on an official timeout. When a first down is declared, following when a change possession, to dry or change a game ball, a charge timeout at the end of the period, or when a score occurs. Other than that, the clock will run continuously. Incomplete passes, out of bounds. I'm actually surprised that even on the first down it stopped, but it is. And so we'll have a running clock here in the second half. Zach, you want to go through a few stats from the first half real quick?
28 carries, 255 yards for the Prairie Grove Tigers. Weston Bartholomew leading the way. 7 carries, 78 yards. The number, this is crazy. Cooper's 3 of 9. Now, normally you would say, oh, Cooper's a little bit off. His 3 completions, all for touchdowns, and he's got 61 yards through the air. Prairie Grove totally dominating the football game. They've given up 56 yards on the ground on 14 carries, 27 through the air. Total of 83 yards on 29 plays, right about their season average, 2.9 yards per play. Just more of the same what we've seen here. And this is the crazy part. Crossett's turned the ball over 4 times. Prairie Grove 0. Penalties are kind of creeping up on us. We've got 3 of those for 15 yards, but all in all, hard to argue.
316 yards of total offense in the first half. An amazing statistic, and that we won't see that in the second half. Obviously, we saw reserves already coming in the first half, so I'm sure we'll see that in the second half. As a team now has to start thinking about, you got to get through the game, but with the Mercy rule in place,
you want to get through healthy.
Next week it looks like it will probably be possible. There's a kick by Landon Allen. He kicks it right to Williams this time. He's going to field it just inside the 10. Brandon Taylor gets his first hand on him, but doesn't. And now Williams was making a cut. He saw a little lane there and just cut a little too much for him. He's going to fall down around the 33-yard line, and that's where the Eagles will start at their own 33.
We've talked for what is this now, 20-something games about conversions, third down and fourth down conversions. If you combine them today, Prairie Grove's 4 out of 7. 3 of 6 on third downs, 1 of 1 on fourth downs. Can't ask for much more.
No,
in a 38-point lead, you really can't ask for Prairie Grove to do much more. They've held Dominic Williams in check. 11 carries for 56 yards. He's got a long run of 25 yards. But, the passing game for Crossett not working. They're 4 out of – they've completed as many to their receivers as they have to ours.
And now they've got a different back end. They've only had 2 people carry the ball. Now into the game that's DeAndre Jackson back there. And quick pass, complete. Logan Bartholomew, the first to hit. He makes the tackle. Also coming in is Jacob Call. The pass was complete to Dominic Bridges. Pickup of maybe 3 yards on the play. It's going to be second down. Let's call it 2. Second down and 8.
Looks like he's got at least the majority of the starting defense back out there. Going to at least get him a series or 2 here in the second half to get some things worked out.
Well, the team has to get prepared to play a full game. You can't. And there's Johnson, and he breaks it down. He's a big kid, and now he's going to pick up the first down. And they're going to keep running the clock.
Knock him down at the 47. That's a nice run. It's 12 yards and a first down.
They've only had 2 guys carry the ball. River Johnson, the quarterback, he's carried it 4 times, 12 yards. And Dominic Williams, 11 rushes for 56.
It's really not. It's not a bad average. They're averaging 4.5 yards a carry. It's just they've been kind of few and far between. Nice play.
Ball broken up there by Dalton Falk, and it was intended for Bridges, and Bridges was open. They had a little play there, and Dalton Falk gets his hands on it and knocks it away.
That's what you want. If you can't get there, get your hands up and knock the ball down.
Clock running here in the second half as the mercy rule is in effect as the Tigers lead 38-0.
Jackson down here on the down close to us here in the slot. That's their big receiver.
Williams in the backfield with Johnson. Williams is going to be another
Oh,
keeper
look
by
out.
Johnson. And now
Nice
Noah
play,
Hunter.
nice stuff.
And then
nice.
he just falls. He gets Hunter off of him, and then he just trips.
It's a good stiff arm.
Nice job. He's a big kid.
When they went out for the coin toss, he's as tall as Jared is. He's just about 50 pounds lighter.
Yeah, when you were saying he was as big as Jared, I kept saying big, and then I figured out you were talking about height.
Yeah, he's every bit as tall as Jared is. Jared just looks like you could eat him for breakfast.
Third down, and let's call it 7 for. And there is Williams. He breaks one tackle.
Nice
He's
play.
going to be around
Dalton, let him go.
Dalton just let him go.
That hurts. You're in a little zone sweep to the short side, and you get a 6-yard loss.
And they're just going to go. I mean, it looks like.
Okay.
How many times have they punted tonight? They
punted once. Yeah, they got 44 yards on it. Here comes Jacob. I think if you're Prairie Grove, you want to play a shell here and keep everybody in front of you.
Crossett looks a little out of sync here on this play. They got guys running all over the place. They have 3 receivers here to the left, and they had a man to that was actually the
screen. That's a nice play.
I'll tell you though.
They throw a flag?
No, but they should have thrown a flag. It looked like he turned up. Looked like Canadian football there to me.
Got 12 guys in motion. Are they going to give him the first down?
It's going to be close. They got it right there.
I think he's short.
And it's going to be Prairie Grove ball. So just short is Williams.
That's a good play. It's a little screen to Williams. You want to get him the football with his, away from Jared and Jacob and Brandon, and that's a way to do it. But you got to get the first down on 4th and 15.
I want to give some credit to those offensive linemen up there. You got Spencer Galden, Jackson Diebold, Creighton Ledbetter, Jacob Call, and Lacey all up front, and they've done a nice job.
255 yards on the ground on 28 carries. That'll get it done. That's 9 yards a carry.
The starters are back in an I formation. First time we've seen the I formation tonight, and there's Logan Bartholomew. He's up the middle. Logan's going to just go 10, 12 yards, and he just is straight ahead. The only bad thing about a first down now is it stops the clock.
I think we're nitpicking a little bit.
Get that chain set, and let's keep this clock moving. Down to 8:39 to go. See if get some score updates and see if we get Pottsville leading Gravett 42-7 at halftime, so they're going to go into a mercy rule as well.
Well, it's going to be interesting next week.
I think Pottsville is definitely going to be a team that Prairie Grove will have to play 4 quarters. And there's Weston. Oh, look at Weston. Unbelievable. Oh, and a late flag.
What's the flag for?
I think it's going to be a late hit.
On
the unbelievable Weston Bartholomew on the carry. He's inside the 25 down about the 23.
It's clear that Weston does not get his athletic ability from his dad. I mean, it's clear to me. That is obviously his mama.
Well, from what I hear, his dad was a pretty good running back.
He
back in his day.
He was, but he didn't have hops like his mom did.
Let's see. Weston picks up.
They're pointing at Prairie Grove.
Let's see. They marked that at 25, so he'll get the carry. Let's see what the call is.
I don't know what they're pointing at Prairie Grove.
What would?
Holding?
Personal foul.
As a hold. Oh, really?
Personal foul.
Well, that's not
so
good.
he'll get the
carry,
which will take him. How many yards was that, Zach?
He's
at the 25.
You had to ask me that question, didn't you? That was 19.
19 yards. So that's going to put Logan just 3 yards short of a 100-yard game.
Weston.
I'm sorry, Weston.
One of the Bartholomew boys.
Weston sitting at 8 carries, 97 yards, averaging 12.1 yards a carry. 43 is his long tonight. First down and 8.
Right back where they were.
I'm not quite sure. That should have been a first. Now it's going to be 1st and 13. Just under 8 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Tigers leading 38-0. Tigers more penalties tonight than we've had in a few weeks.
Yeah, it's becoming a little bit of an issue here, but outside of that, everything's gone pretty well. Pottsville's up 49-7.
They will be here next week. And now here's just Weston. He picks up a couple. Was hoping he'd get one more yard to get that 100-yard game, but going to be just a little short there. He can pick up
9 carries for 99 yards. It's not a bad average. Not a math major, but that'll work. We're coming up on 300 yards rushing. You know, they did this last year in the first round. They had a 300-plus game. Weston had 220 in that game.
Second down and 12 for the Tigers. And now there's J.D. Speed, and he's got some room. J.D.'s going to be close to the first.
I'll tell you what, I don't know who was that. That was Creighton and Jacob. Man, they opened a hole on the left side. The whole left side of that defensive line collapsed.
Shahadrick Hawkins on the stop. Third down and about 2 for the Tigers. 6 minutes, 18 seconds to go in the third. In the backfield is Speed and Bartholomew, Weston Bartholomew. Third down and 2. In motion goes Noah Hunter. Ball going to be given to Noah. Noah's got a lot of room.
I like that.
And Storley, very wisely, I don't know if you watched him there, he was, what I call kind of,
it's an Olay block.
Yeah, like a
little bit of
chicken
an Olay
fight there, kind of like a little chicken fight, and then he saw he was, the runner coming and said, hey, I don't want to get called for anything here. He just lifted his arm up. First down now, Tigers.
That's a new wrinkle from Coach Absher. You send Noah in motion and bring him back on the wing-back counter.
Well, it's picked up now inside the 30 down to the 27-yard line.
I like the little throwback right here. You hit, who we got out here? Weston and J.D.? Sure, you can throw it to him.
Well, he's caught
They're
a
not
touchdown.
going to look. They're definitely not going to look for him.
He's caught a touchdown pass, and there's J.D. Speed. He's going to get down to about the 20-yard line, pick up a 7, and the Tigers just keep pounding it. 5 minutes, 19 seconds to go.
It's just a relentless march. Doesn't it seem like every time JD gets the ball, it's 5, 6 yards, touchdown? I mean, it's always an explosive play.
There's some substitutes now. Cooper's coming out. And Sparkman came in. It's Creighton Ledbetter coming out as well, which is, the coaches are trying to, keep these guys around for next week and a big game with Pottsville. Sparkman in at center now. There's Storley, quick pitches to J.D. Speed. There's Speed. He's going to break.
As I was saying,
inside
on
the
cue.
10, down to the 7. I'd like to see him give it to Weston one more time. If you see him get 100 yards, and Speed's getting on up there himself at 82 yards, 8 carries.
95 yards
95.
now.
So I'd like to see maybe get a couple 100-yard rushers tonight for the first time. Well, we've done that a couple times. I think Logan and Weston did that earlier in the season.
Yeah, they did. Our crack research staff needs to get on that. They should know that sort of stuff.
First and goal from the 8, and here is, again, Speed.
There's 100.
Give him 6, J.D. Speed. And now with 4:18 to go in the third, the Tigers up 44-0 on Crossett.
Wow. JD goes over the 100-yard mark. 10 carries, 102 yards.
44-0, and start thinking next week. You can't compare scores and things, but Pottsville up 49-0 or 49-7 on Gravett. We beat them similarly last week, 55-0. Of course, I think we were playing substitutions about midway through the second quarter.
Wow.
What a
That's going to
kick.
hit the bus.
It did.
It hit the bus.
It hit the band bus there out there in the parking lot.
Nice shot, Landon. Nice shot.
Did he miss it?
No.
It's 45. Yeah, I was sitting here at 45-0.
I do have to commend the fine folks from Crossett. They made a 6-hour trip up here.
Well, I'll commend them as well. They're not leaving.
Nope.
And I think if I made 6 hours, I'd stay here
I
to the
would
bitter
stay
end
here
as
until
well.
the very end, no question about it. This is one of the weirdest things I've seen. We're 2.5 quarters into this. 2 guys carry the ball for Crossett. 2 guys.
Williams and Johnson.
I mean,
and
when
they've
was the
got
last time we saw that?
17 carries for 65 yards.
I mean, even Farmington ran the ball with different guys. But I don't think I've ever seen this where just 2 guys touch the football, in the running game. I mean, you compare that with Prairie Grove. They've had, 9 different guys carry the ball tonight. And as we go on here, we could get up to a dozen.
And we have almost 200 yards. I don't think we'll see. Weston probably won't quite get there just because I don't think we'll see him again tonight.
Nope. Sit him down, take his helmet away. He's done for the night.
And now getting ready to kick is Landon Allen. Landon could be a huge weapon next week in the Pottsville game.
Going to have to be.
And they're just going to kick it deep, bounces. Ball bounces around a little bit, finally fielded. Wow. Jackson D bowled in. That was number 32, Amani Sias. 4:12 to go here in the third. Tigers leading 45-0.
I walked in today. I was a little tight, apprehensive. I'd been told many things, and Prairie Grove's just doing what they always do.
Well, we're down to 4:12 to go, and let's see what do we have here? Looks like we got most of the defense in there. Another keeper. That's probably been their most successful running play. Has been that quarterback keeper.
Still
Net's
going.
a big kick. He's still up on his feet.
It's like a rugby scrum. Eventually, you just gotta blow it dead, guys.
Just got an update on the Farmington Newport score. Newport now in the lead, 22-16. So that's gonna go down to the wire.
Farmington's just one of those teams. They're like your all-airport team. I mean, they look good in their uniforms, don't they? And they can play with anybody. It's just you gotta get their heads on right.
Williams, he's got a little room, and finally tripped up there. I believe that was Halbert. Well, I think I would like to appeal to the AAA that they changed the rule on this mercy. Whenever there's a first down, just keep running the clock,
Yeah.
You're going to run it on everything else. And now Williams again with the ball, and Nick Sugg hits it first, and then Brandon Nodier finishes him off. Also helping out is Boyd Sparkman on the tackle. So
a couple of times we've called his name tonight.
He's done a good job. I mean, I've watched him. He's come in, he's subbed at the center, and he's done a nice job in giving Creighton Ledbetter a much-needed rest, as Creighton's had to pick up some defensive slack since Luke Johnson went out a few weeks ago. 2nd down and 8, and now quick pass.
Oh.
Pass intended for Dominic Bridges.
It was there.
It seems like Crossett has just missed on a few passes today. They've had some guys open.
Mm-hmm. They have, and that's the scheme. I mean, they've had Prairie Grove will allow a guy to go free, but your quarterback's got to stand in there and make the pass.
Well, we got a fan from Crossett that tells us, "You guys suck. Go Crossett." We're glad you're listening, and I hope you're enjoying the score.
Oh. No, that's not the first time we've been told that.
Yeah, we've been told that a few times.
That doesn't offend us. Shiloh told us that.
But the only thing I can say is you're watching, you're listening, you're commenting, and you're getting beat 45-0.
Mission accomplished. Yeah. What do you do? I think we were, we've been far worse than this.
Oh, yeah, we've been pretty kind to the Crossett folks tonight until then. Okay.
Oh, no.
Now a bad snap by
Just get rid of
Seha.
it. Get it rid of it, young man. There you
He
go.
did.
Good kick. That's actually not too
not
bad.
a net. That's going to be a net. That's going to be net there of about a 10-yard punt, which wasn't bad considering the trouble that Seha was in.
Well, Prairie Grove looks like they're going to run their scoreless streak to 25 quarters.
And now another sub coming into the game for the first time tonight, Martin Castro. Bobby Katz in there. Here comes John Millman. Looks like we got some new offensive linemen. Jacob Southerly's in. So a lot of new guys now in the ball game, and there's Eli Lopez. He breaks a couple tackles. Eli picks up about 4 tough yards. He's brought down by number 56, Xavier Callahan.
We're 327 yards rushing on the evening. 37 carries. That's 8-8 a rush. Not sure which league you want to play in, but that'll work. Seeing a lot of new faces. Aaron Price is in.
And now
Schoenfeld, his first carry of the night. Good run.
Schoenfeld, he's going to pick up about 4, so it's going to bring up 3rd down and 2.
Mark him down at the 48.
So Prairie Grove will probably get one more play off. Well, if they get a first down, they'll stop the clock. So
Again.
we'll probably have one more play here in the 3rd quarter, and then that will bring us to the 4th and final quarter. Tigers leading 45-0. Led at halftime 38-0, and have racked up over 330 yards of rushing, almost 400 yards. And after this play,
There is
and that's
good
Mark
run.
Castro
Good run.
finally brought down by, that was Moore on the tackle.
It's a good, tough run.
All right, that's going to be
take it to the 4th quarter.
Well, after 3 quarters of play, I'm going to take a break here.
Okay.
We've got some obscenities on our line. I can get rid of that
terrific.
pretty quick. So
PG Telco is the proud sponsor of PGTigersOnline.com, where you can find out all the very latest of what's going on with all the sports teams right here in Prairie Grove. But PG Telco is more, a lot more. They offer phone, internet, long-distance services, and bundles, making it all affordable. And that includes DirecTV. For your home or office, staying connected to the fast-paced world is as easy as calling PG Telco. Call 846-7200. That's 846-7200. PG Telco, built on community, focused on progress.
And we'll get ready to start the 4th quarter. 45-0. Prairie Grove Tigers in firm control. They'll take over. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 43. Good tough run by Martin Castro in the last play of the 3rd quarter. That's Eli Lopez. He'll get a couple straight up the middle. Jarvis Watkins on the tackle. Good strong run by Eli. Down to the 40-yard line. That'll bring up a 2nd down, and we'll call it 6 for the Tigers. Storley in at quarterback. We've got Ty Price in the game. Martin Castro's playing the wingback spot. Here comes Schoenfeld. Oh, good. Schoenfeld slips through. He'll get about 6 on that one. Good run by Cole. That's good to have you back. I'm glad you're back.
it's good to be back. A lot of, I won't I won't group all Crossett fans in with the one person that tends to have issues tonight. They've had great fans across the way, and the ones that have been here in the booth have been fantastic.
One bad apple. First down. We're seeing a whole group of new people in here. The Hacksaw's in.
All right. P Ridge is leading their game 22-0, so looks like they'll be going into the second round.
There goes Eli.
Eli Lopez down to the 21-yard line. How many guys have we had carry the ball now?
Give me just a second here, and let's see where they marked him down. We've got to be closing in on a dozen here. 3, 6, 9, 11. And I just saw a young man who's playing on the junior high squad in the backfield, so it could get kind of dicey with numbers.
And who was that?
Good question.
Well, they do have some of the freshmen. They
Yeah,
now dress out for the team.
Well, you can tell they're wearing the white face masks. Kind of like a scarlet letter. And there he goes. I don't know who that is. Keep running. Get Jake on that one.
That was Sid Walker on the carry. I'm sorry, Blake Falk. I'm sorry, Blake Falk.
Relation to Dalton?
Blake Falk on the carry, and that was a nice run for a freshman.
Like it.
Now in the game.
They are so deep at just about every position. Austin Hall.
Hall on the carry.
I think that's his first carry of the year.
No,
Has he gotten
yeah,
a few?
I remember calling his name a couple times. So 9:30 to go in the ball game. The Tigers leading 45-0. Back inside the 20. It's going to be third down on about 4.
"13 players carried the ball tonight. 13 different Tigers.
Unbelievable.
44 carries tonight, 363 yards on the ground.
Over 400. We got 424 of total offense tonight, and the 3 passes that were thrown were all touchdowns. Quick pitch.
Another one. 43.
That is Sid Walker that time, and Sid's going to be caught outside there. DeAndre Jackson on the tackle. It's going to be a loss of a couple yards there, so it's going to bring up 4th down and about 5 for the Tigers.
What do you got, Coach?
Oh, I think they just brought Schoenfeld and they got Martin Castro. I imagine one of those guys are going to get the ball. We may have the Storley special.
You think so? That's been good to us.
Well, the cowbell is alive and well tonight. Timeout for the Tigers. Let's take a timeout with them. With 8:24 to go in the ball game, the Tigers lead 45-0.
PG Telco is the proud sponsor of PGTigersOnline.com, where you can find out all the very latest of what's going on with all the sports teams right here in Prairie Grove. But PG Telco is more, a lot more. They offer phone, internet, long-distance services, and bundles, making it all affordable. And that includes DirecTV. For your home or office, staying connected to the fast-paced world is as easy as calling PG Telco. Call 846-7200. That's 846-7200. PG Telco, built on community, focused on progress.
Tigers look like they're going to try a field goal here with Landon Allen.
Something to work on.
And we talked about this. Landon could be an important part of next week's game. His is going to be about a 34-yard attempt. Ball's going to be placed right about the 24-yard line. So Landon's had some success kicking the ball this year and last year. They're going to be offside.
Yeah, they are.
That may be enough for the first down. If they back it up against us, Landon will just get a chance to kick a longer field goal.
I think it is. It's offsides.
No, it's offsides. That's going to be enough for a first down for the Tigers.
Wow.
I'm not sure who Reed BH is, but he just want to give him a shout out. He says it's nice to see Prairie Grove playing so well. He played for Coach Absher when he first started coaching here about 20 years ago, and says he's a great coach. And we've seen that over the years. Coach Absher has done a tremendous job here at Prairie Grove over a 20-year period. He's made the playoffs several times.
Yeah,
and
they've had quite a bit of success, but I think this team's got a shot. This team really has a shot.
And I tell you what, the thing with this particular team is I think Coach Absher knows that. He's been coaching a long time. He coached both of his sons here, Patrick and Robbie, and they both had success, and those teams were both very good. As a matter of fact, Robbie was a sophomore the year the Tigers went over and made it to the semifinals before losing to Rivercrest.
They turn out some football players over at Rivercrest, don't they?
They have over the years, and I'll tell you what, that night, I remember I got to the game a tad bit late. It was 14-0. I walked in, I said, someone says 14-0. I said, who's winning? And one of them goes, who do you think? That was the response I got. Well, first down and 10 for the Tigers. Ball just outside the 10, and now that's Sean Field. Sean Field, give him 6. Yes! Prairie Grove Tigers into the end zone again. And now,
what do you say? I mean, really, it's all clicking for them. And they just, it doesn't matter who you put in the backfield. It just doesn't matter.
51-0, the Tigers lead.
Well, next week should be fun. Next week, Pottsville is, they are a formidable foe. There's no question about that.
And now the extra point by Landon Allen. Kick is on the way, and it is good. With 7:55 to go in the ball game, the Prairie Grove Tigers 52. The Crossett Eagles 0. So, Zach, next week is a big game. And looking down some of the scores, P. Ridge leading Monticello 42-0. They will be in the second round of the playoffs.
Good for them.
Let's see. Farmington trailing Newport 30-24, so they're still in a game. They may still make it. Ozark leading Hamburg 31-7. They'll be in the next round of the playoffs. And Pottsville leading Gravett 56-13. So that'll be our opponent next week. And, our Prairie Grove Tigers, our team hasn't had to play 4 quarters in quite some time.
It's been a while. It's been a while since they've had to go 4 quarters.
And so now it's going to happen. And it's
they got to get ready.
They got to get ready for it. Next week, Pottsville's going to come to town. Many think that Pottsville, they were one of the top 2 teams there. A lot of people felt they had a bad game against Boonville.
They were in this position last year. They went through a undefeated regular season and were cruising along and got upset in the playoffs. And I'm sure that this is where they wanted to be, just like it's where we wanted to be.
Well, Prairie Grove.
It'll be a collision next week for sure.
And it'll be right here at Prairie Grove Tiger Stadium. 52-0, the Tigers lead. And another nice kick. Landon is just missing that by about 2 or 3 yards. He is so close. If he could just get that a tad bit further.
It's like one of my golf drives, just the old banana hook to it. Man, I mean, just 55 plays tonight, 433 yards for the Tigers, 372 of that on the ground.
Crossett is sitting at 89 yards.
On the ground, yeah.
On the ground,
129 total.
40 in the air. 20 of 6 with 4 interceptions. 2 ball carries on the night. Williams, 14 carries, 71 yards.
Yeah,
and it looks like they may have a new quarterback.
We're going Wildcat here?
No, they got a new quarterback. That's number 12. That is Zach Goodwin. Still in the backfield with him is Dominic Williams. And they're going to give it to Williams. Williams is hit in the backfield. You know, one of the things I was talking, and I hate, hope this doesn't be an omen, but I was talking to Coach Laird after the game last week, and he was talking about, we were talking about him giving up 29 points, being the 3rd best ever in the state of Arkansas as far as points given up in a regular season. And he was like, yeah, I told my backup guys a couple times, you guys may have to hang on. I said, you realize your backups haven't been scored on all year.
Exactly.
You know, the backups have not been scored on. Now, I say that with 7 minutes and 22 seconds, but the backups have done a great job. And now there's Goodwin looking to pass. Ball intended for number 10. That is actually the quarterback there. That is River Johnson. So they are trying a couple little things here. River Johnson is a senior, so this is his last game as a high school football player.
And give them some credit. In the preseason, they were picked 6th in their conference, and to get a playoff berth and get to come play, a playoff game, that's something that hadn't been done in a while.
Blake Falk coming in on the defensive side of the ball. He's a freshman. Third down and 10. And now here's Goodwin again, looking complete.
That little screen.
Falk misses the tackle.
That's a good play.
Good play. Looks like Eli Lopez and Derek Jones in on the tackle. First down. 6 minutes, 28 seconds to go in the ball game. Clock will start again as soon as they set the chains, and the Tigers could stop here and get the ball back. That would probably do it, Zach. Well, 1st and 10 as Goodwin has got the team moving a little bit. In the backfield with him is Jackson. There's someone moved there on the front line. Nice thing about penalties now, the clock keeps moving.
Just keep that clock moving. There isn't a lot of drop-off between the first team and the second team in the defense. The defense, as you pointed out, the second team defense plays pretty well. I mean, they play some pretty good defense.
So 1st down and 15.
And Crossett's made it a little tougher on themselves with the penalties and the turnovers, but they had to come in and play a perfect game. And frankly, it's hard to do against Prairie Grove. It's really hard to do.
Well, 5 minutes, 54 seconds, 1st and 15. Goodwin now the quarterback. He's looking to throw. They're throwing just underneath, and several of the Tigers coming in. Falk, that's Blake Falk coming in. Also, number 11 for the Tigers, Jamison Huckabee in there helping out.
Did you catch a number on the receiver? 13?
2nd and 12, pick up about 3 yards. 5:23 to go in the ball game. 52-0, Tigers lead.
Look out.
Now they're going to sack Goodwin in the backfield.
When that first read wasn't there, he kind of looked around and there was nobody open.
That looks like Sam Dodd helping out on the tackle. And
we've got freshmen in the game.
That was a freshman, Sam Dodd, helping out. 3rd down. 3rd and 15, loss of 3.
I'm sure when the freshmen put their pads on and were told to dress out, they were not anticipating getting in the game.
Coach Laird shouting out. He's begging for Hall to get off the field in time, and he does. Now back to pass.
Uh-oh. Get him. Good
Now,
play.
good
Nice
job.
play.
That's Dodd again. Sam Dodd, the freshman, hanging on. And then coming in to help out is Jack Reynolds. And that's going to be 4th down and a long way to go, down to 4 minutes. 10 seconds to go in the ball game. And Zach, next week will be a second-round game. The Tigers had not made it past the second round in a few years, so
It's going to be interesting. Pottsville's a quality team. There's no question about that.
I think it's been, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's been 2006 since we made it past the second round. So it's been a little while.
It's time. It's definitely time, and this team is certainly capable.
Seahigh into punt. He gets the punt away.
Nice kick.
They're just going to let this bounce.
Let that
That you
bounce.
see that none of the now going to be down. You notice Halbert, none of the guys were in at that time, and now 3:31 to go in the ball game, and this will.
I think for guys like Halbert and Weston and Cooper and most of the starters, I would be taking valuable pieces of equipment away. I wouldn't want them anywhere near the field. Helmets, cups, whatever you got to do, take them away.
Well,
hopefully we won't have an ending like we had last year against Mina.
no, that was not a pretty sight, and hopefully we don't have that. And that's gonna.
Why is Landon in? This is one of the guys I would take his shoes away.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make a lot of
Unless you're just he's out there as a decoy. I don't want him even making contact with anybody.
There's
There you
Blake
go.
Falk.
Run!
Blake Falk.
Oh,
Nice run by
man.
the freshman,
Like
Blake
it.
Falk. He's brought down by Bridges. That's a first down, and Tigers get down to the 47-yard line. And
That's 24 yards for him.
you know, some of these freshmen, the freshmen, they went 8-1 themselves. Lone lost to Farmington, and now into the game. That is Dylan Sainer. Dylan Sainer is
He's
the quarterback.
the freshman quarterback,
He's
I
a
was gonna
freshman
say.
quarterback.
He's
Some
big.
of the Prairie Grove fans may
Wow.
remember his brother Thomas Sainer, one of the great rushers that Prairie Grove had, played a few years back. There's Eli Lopez. He's up the middle. Yeah, Thomas Sainer played back in I believe the 2008, 2009. He was a running back for the
I
Tigers.
suddenly see a lot of quarterback draws in our future.
Absolutely. Looks like he's just going to have – Dylan came over and got the play. Quarterback came over and got the play. 2 minutes, 36 seconds to go. Dylan's a big young
Yes,
man.
he is.
Very athletic.
Tebow.
And the Tigers jump off sides. Again, the only good thing about that, it's a play that keeps running the clock. Actually, they stopped the clock.
I'm going to start booing the timekeeper here shortly.
I'm reading it here. I don't see anything about stopping the clock. I'm looking at the official rules.
There it goes.
Oh, Sam Dodd's caught in the backfield. That was number 31 for
Kind of going
Crossett.
the wrong way here.
Amani Sias. One minute, 44. 38. That just got a Newport Farmington score, 38-32. So there's some offense going on in that
there
game.
sure
Third
is.
down and long for the Tigers. 1:33 to go. That's Schoenfeld. Schoenfeld with a little
There you
room.
go. Stay in bounds. Yep.
And a
there-
horse
yeah,
collar.
That'll do it. Mark him down at the 39, and that should give them the first down. We'll close
My
this
guess,
out.
after this first down and the chains are set, Prairie Grove's probably got 2 or 3 more plays. Zach, when we're done tonight, we're going to go quickly through the stats. We're going to end quickly tonight. And
Somebody's got a road trip.
you're right, someone's got a road trip. So we're going to get onto that. Is he hurt? that a Crossett player down there?
I think it is. I didn't catch a number. I think it was the tackler.
So player down, and as he's down, Zach, you can see all of the Tigers taking a knee and a helmet with 1:25 to go in the game. Player down on the field. Now I caught his number. Amani Cias. Looks like he just got a little stinger or something there.
Looks like he took a shot in the back. That shot to the solar plexus.
Well, with that penalty, that's going to put the Tigers in first down, and they'll have the ball. Face mask. They're calling it a face mask, I guess. So they'll set the change, start the clock, and we may have one or two more plays left tonight.
462 yards. 401 of that on the ground. You know, they're below average for the yards given up. Obviously, the points. And just another night at the office for that defense.
So Tigers now posted, I guess that's 5 straight shutouts. 6 the defense has. It looks like Prairie Grove's getting ready to take a knee, and Sainer can go back, take a knee, and now only bad thing about taking a knee, it takes our yardage under 400.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it'll take it back under.
Well, Zach, that's going to do it for us tonight. We probably got one more play here.
Looking forward to next week. Really,
I really am.
I
think next week's going to be an incredible game.
Next week will be a nice measuring stick.
That game will be here, and then we'll start here same time next week. So that's going to do it.
We'll do it.
With that 19 seconds, going to click down. Prairie Grove moves to 10-0 on the season, winning the playoff game 52-0 here against the Crossett Eagles. Again, we are thankful for all the Crossett folks who made the long trip. We hope you have a safe drive home. And Prairie Grove fans, we'll be back again next week. We'll be going on the air probably around 6:30, about a half hour before game time.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun next week for sure.
The Pottsville Apaches will be here next week, and it should be a great game. Zach, I'm going to turn it over to you for some
just a couple of quick notes here. Prairie Grove finished up with 462 yards of total offense. They only gave up 135, obviously. Scored 52 points. Hit 401 on the ground, which is just phenomenal. J.D. Speed led the way with 102 yards. Weston Bartholomew had 99. Cooper Winters, 3 out of 9 tonight. All 3 pass completions were for touchdowns, 61 yards. Big number probably for Crossett, 9 of 24 passing, 4 interceptions, just 50 yards through the air. That's below Prairie Grove's season average. And all in all, just another night at the office for the Black Hole defense. They shut out the Crossett Eagles 52-0. And next week, Pottsville comes to town. Looking forward to that one.
Well, that's going to do it for us tonight. Again, our final score, the Prairie Grove Tigers 52, Crossett Eagles 0. We'll be back with you next week. We'll be on the air right around 6:30 for Prairie Grove Tigers and the Pottsville Apache. We'll see you then. Lynn Gregson for Zach Arns. Have a great night.